Oh, very good evening and welcome inside Prince George's Stadium here in Bowie, Maryland, as this week's series continues between the Reading Fightin Phils and the Chesapeake Baysox. We welcome you into tonight's pregame show. I'm Jake Starr. We'll have the call for the final four games of this week's series here in Bowie. Game number 3 about to get underway in about 15 minutes' time between the Baysox and the Phils. Well, it took a couple of days and a couple of rainouts, but the series finally got underway on Thursday. Game 1 on Tuesday was rained out. Supposed to play a doubleheader on Wednesday. That also got rained out, so it was a doubleheader on Thursday. 1 game tonight, 2 games scheduled tomorrow, and then 1 game on Sunday. So it's a sprint pretty much to finish off this series, and of course the final series before the Major League Baseball All-Star break. Well, on Thursday night, it was a tale of 2 games for the Reading Fightin Phils. They fell in Game 1, 8-0 to the Baysox, the 6th shutout loss of the season for Reading, also the largest shutout defeat of the season for the Phils. But the tides quickly turned in Game number 2. Reading 9-1 victors in the second game. They scored 3 runs in the third, and they really broke it open with 6 runs in the 5th inning, an inning where they capitalized off 3 errors from the Baysox. Leandro Pineda had a double. Nick Dunn drove in a run with a double. Then the real big backbreaker for the Fightin Phils was a grand slam home run hit off the bat of Cade Fergus, his team leading 8th home run of the season, and that grand slam led to the big victory for the Phils. They won 9-1. So entering the 3rd game of the series tonight, the teams have split the first 2. Single game tonight before we play 2 more tomorrow, and it'll be Chuck King who gets the ball for the Fightin Phils. He's been one of the most consistent arms, not just on Reading, but in the entire Eastern League over the last 6 weeks. And it'll be Blake Money, who's had a bit of a slow start since joining Double-A Chesapeake back on June the 17th. He'll look to bounce back tonight. He brings a 1-2 record and a 7.02 ERA to the mound tonight for the Baysox. Well, one of the pitchers who threw in last night's ballgame was Tristan Garnett. Made his return, long awaited, from the 60-day injured list. Missed pretty much the first half plus of the season with an oblique strain, but he's back, feeling good, and we catch up with Tristan Garnett in tonight's pregame interview. So we'll step aside for a moment, and when we come back, it's our conversation with Tristan Garnett when our pregame show rolls on after this on the Fightin Phils Radio Network. Welcome back to our pregame show on the Fightin Phillies radio network. Baysox and our Phillies a couple of minutes away from getting underway. Game 3 of 6 here at Prince George's Stadium. Home plate dirt circle meeting concluded a couple of moments ago. Just waiting for the Baysox playing tonight as the Chesapeake Oyster Catchers to take the field, and then we'll have our national anthem ahead of tonight's first pitch. But while we await for that, let's take a look at our out-of-town scores. We'll start in the Eastern League. One game already pretty much underway. Hartford and Portland top of the third in Portland. 1-0 Yard Goats on top. Every other game just about to get underway. Erie at Harrisburg, Altoona at Binghamton, New Hampshire at Somerset, and Richmond at Akron. The Phillies organization, Phillies at Padres, is a 9:40 first pitch. Lehigh Valley, Syracuse, 0-0 middle second. Jersey Shore, Aberdeen, about to get underway in Aberdeen, and Clearwater leads Fort Myers in the top of the third. Baysox taking the field. It's time for tonight's national anthem, and that'll conclude tonight's pregame show. We'll step aside for a moment. We'll have lineups and first pitch coming up after this. Very good evening and welcome inside Prince George's Stadium here in Bowie, Maryland. Game number 3 of 6 between the Reading Fightin Phils and the Chesapeake Baysox. Once again, a big thank you to everyone for joining us tonight on the Our Phils radio network here on 830 WEEU.com. I'm Jake Starr. I have the call tonight and all weekend long in the final 4 games prior to the All-Star break. Baysox have taken the field. Playing tonight is the Chesapeake Oyster Catchers. And let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's Eastern League game. First for the visiting are Phils. Aidan Miller leads off. He'll play shortstop. Carson DiMartini, the third baseman, bats second. Hendry Mendez third and left. Alex Pinellas cleans things up, plays first. Nick Dunn, the DH, bats fifth. Caleb Ricketts is sixth. He's the catcher. Leandro Pineda bats seventh, plays right. Eric Brito, the second baseman, bats eighth. And Cade Fergus, coming off a grand slam last night, bats ninth and plays center. On the mound for the Phils tonight, it is Chuck King. We'll get you his numbers in the home half of the first. On the other side, for the host Chesapeake Baysox, they're managed by Roberto Mercado in his second season. Reed Trimble, the DH, leads off. Max Wagner bats second, plays third. Creed Willems homered last night, bats third as the catcher. Adam Retzbach plays first and cleans things up. Tavian Josenberger making his first appearance in a couple of months after coming off the injury list today. Bats fifth, plays center. Doug Hodo bats sixth. He plays left. Anthony Cervidio is seventh and right. Jalen Vasquez bats eighth, plays short. Alfredo Velasquez bats ninth, plays second. On the mound tonight for the Baysox, it's Blake Money, right-handed arm. 23-year-old, turns 24 in November, making his fifth Double-A start. 1-2 record, 7.02 ERA, 16 2/3 innings pitched, 21 hits, 5 walks, 24 strikeouts, 292 is the opposing batting average against Money this season. So we'll get you the defense for the Baysox here in a moment, but first Aidan Miller. A couple of hits in last night's doubleheader. We'll dig on in from the right-handed batter's box. Beautiful Friday night here from Maryland. Money, the righty, is ready, and he'll fire the first one home. And Miller swings and he fouls it back off the netting. It's 0-1. First pitch fired home at 7:07. Our game time temperature is presented by All Temp Enterprises, 85 degrees, sunny skies. 0-1 the count to the righty. Aiden Miller stands slightly open in the right-handed batter's box. Money will wind and fire. Miller will take a off-speed pitch for a called strike. It's 0-2. Our Phillies lineup tonight, of course, is presented by Golden Oaks Landscaping. No balls, 2 strikes to the Phillies' #2 prospect, Aiden Miller. Money, who stands tall over the first base side of the rubber, rocks and fires home. Miller will take it outside for a ball. It's 1-2. John Forster is our home plate umpire tonight. Robert Ginther III is at first. Trey Jester's at third. That completes our 3-man Eastern League umpiring crew. Ball and 2 strikes to Miller. Money fires home. Miller swings and he skies it in the infield. Towards the second base bag. Vasquez, the shortstop, is there, and he'll make the catch. That's out #1. Miller is retired. Rest of the defense for the Baysox. At first base, it's Retzbach. Velasquez plays second. Vasquez at short. Wagner at third. In the outfield, Servideo and right. Josenberger plays center. Hodo plays left. And Willems is the catcher tonight for Blake Money. So that'll bring Carson DiMartini up for the Phils. He'll dig on in from the left side. Rest the bat on that left shoulder as Money, the righty, fires home. Bit up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. So as we said, 5th AA appearance for Money. Last pitch a week ago today, July the 4th against Richmond here at home. He deals the 1-0. DiMartini swinging a foul straight back. It's 1-1. Took the loss to the Flying Squirrels. 5 2/3 innings pitched. 7 hits, 4 runs. Did strike out 7, walked a pair. But he's been hit hard so far through his AA tenure. 1-1 the count. Money will fire home. That's a breaking pitch. That gets the outside corner for a called strike, 1-2. 74 miles per hour on that curveball from Blake Money. 24-year-old, played his college ball at LSU, draft pick in 2023 of the Orioles. The 1-2, and DiMartini swings at an off-speed pitch, and he lines it down the left field line, base hit. Hodo over to cut it off. DiMartini will stop at first, but it's a 1-out single for him, and the Phils have their first base runner of the night. Good job by Carson DiMartini, waiting back on an outside breaking pitch and just shooting it down that left field line. So that'll bring Hendry Mendez to the plate for the Phils. 285 hitter overall in the season. Was 1 for 3 in game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader before not playing in the second half. Money moves to the stretch for the first time. He'll deal home, and Mendez will take it on the inside corner for a called strike. It's 0-1. Sweeper there from Money, 84 miles per hour on the offering. Those 2 fastballs, 4-seam, 2-seam. Also features a cutter, sweeper, curveball, and changeup in the arsenal for Money. Next pitch, Mendez swinging a hard hit ground ball. Diving stop, Velasquez at second. Flips to Vasquez for 1, relay to first in time. So it's a 4-6 fielder's choice. Excellent play by Velasquez up the middle. Takes a base hit away from Hendry Mendez and gets DiMartini out at second. That's out #2. That'll bring Alex Pinellas to the plate. Money promoted to AA Chesapeake on June the 17th. Started the year in Aberdeen, went 2-3 at 3.57 ERA. 11 outings with high A Aberdeen. 2 outs as Pinellas digs in. First pitch home, he swings and misses. It's 0-1. Spent all last year with single A Delmarva, 23-year-old, 12th round pick out of LSU in 2023. Played for the Tigers for 3 seasons. Next pitch home's a curveball that Pinellas takes for a strike. It's 0-2. Money, who was teammates prominently with Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz at LSU. 0-2. Mendez leads off first. 2 outs in the first. Pitch home. And Pinellas takes it up for a ball. It's 1-2. Pinellas 2 for 8 between the 2 games last night. 1 for 3 in game 1. 1 for 5 in the second half. Pitch home. Pinellas swings and a ground ball foul towards the Baysox dugout on the right side. It'll stay a ball and 2 strikes. 13 pitches in this first inning for Blake Money. Crowd continues to trickle in on this Friday night at Prince George's Stadium. Ball and 2 strikes to Alex Pinellas. Money is set at the belt, deals home. That one's bounced. Good block by the catcher Willems. It's 2-2. Overall, Pinellas at 301. It's been red hot over the last month. Since June the 11th, 23 games ago. Sitting 338. He's driven in 22. 22 RBI are tied for most in the Eastern League over that stretch. Money comes set at the belt, deals home. Pinellas swinging a miss, struck him out over a sweeper at 85. First strikeout of the night for Blake Money. Ends the top half of the first. No runs on a hit for the Phils. They leave 1. We played a half. It's Reading at 0. Baysox coming to bat. So the Phils down in the first, no runs, and now it's the home half of the frame. Let's take a look one more time at how the Baysox line up tonight. Reed Trimble, Max Wagner, Creed Williams, the top 3. Middle third, Adam Retzbach, Tavian Josenberger, Doug Hodo, and to round it out, it's Anthony Cervidio, Jalen Vasquez, and Alfredo Velasquez. On the mound for the Fightin' Phils, it's Chuck King making his 16th appearance, 14th start overall. 4-3, a 4.64 ERA. 73 2/3 innings pitched, 87 hits allowed, 14 walks, 56 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .297 against Chuck King so far this season. Get you to defense momentarily for the Fightin' Phils. At first, it's Reed Trimble who will dig in from the left side, lead things off for the Chesapeake Baysox tonight. King works only out of the stretch, fires the first pitch home, and it misses down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. So Alex Pinellas plays first, Eric Brito at second, Ada Miller at short, Carson DiMartini at third. Leandro Pineda in right, Cade Ferguson center, Hendry Mendez in left, and the catcher is Caleb Ricketts. 1-0 is put down, 2 balls, no strikes. Trimble played in both ends of yesterday's doubleheader. 3 for 6 in total. Homer, drove in 4. So a good start to this series for the left-handed bat, Reed Trimble. King deals and misses down and in again. 3 balls and no strikes. Trimble, switch hitter. He bats from the left side against the righty King, who comes ready at the letters, fires home. And that's down the chute for a called strike. It's 3-1. So he had 4 RBI in game 1 of yesterday's doubleheader. That was a Double-A high for Reed Trimble, the 25-year-old, who calls time, gets it from home plate umpire John Forster. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count here to Reed Trimble. King's ready at the letters. Fires home. Swing and a miss, 3-2. Fastball 92 from Chuck King. King last pitch against Somerset at home last Thursday. Got the win, 5 1/3, 1 run, 5 hits, struck out 4. 3-2. Swung on, and that one's hit well towards right. But it's right to Leandro Pineda, who goes back a step over a couple, and the right footer makes the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring Max Wagner to the plate. Long ball had been an issue for King this year. It still statistically is. He's given up 14 this year. That's the most of any pitcher in the Eastern League, but the gap between him and number 2 is starting to close as the season progresses and King keeps the ball in the park more. First pitch to Max Wagner's down. It's 1-0. He's not allowed a home run in 4 of his last 6 outings. Just 2 total over that stretch, which is 33 1/3 innings pitched. 1-0. At the knees for a called strike, it's 1-1. King also ranks 10th in the league in innings pitched. He's really become a workhorse. 73 2/3 overall this year. 1-1 the count to Max Wagner. King fires home. Swung on, ground ball 3rd. High chop for a charging Carson DiMartini. Fields it chest high, fires the first in time, and that's out number 2.
Batting 3rd, the catcher number 11, Creed Willems.
That'll bring the catcher, Creed Willems, to the plate. He'll dig in from the left side against King. Over King's last 8 starts since May the 22nd, 45 1/3 innings pitched. That's 3rd most in the Eastern League. So he's really been a consistent innings guy as of late. First pitch to Willems misses a bit up and away. It's 1-0. Willems a .248 hitter. This is 70th game of the season. Pitch home. Swung on, skied in the air towards deep center. Kate Fergus races back. He'll get to the warning track, and he'll track it down a couple of steps in front of the wall. And that will retire the side in the first. So Baysox go down in order in their half of the frame. We'll head to the second. Still scoreless here at Prince George's Stadium. International Fireworks, the official fireworks sponsor of the Phillies shows during the 2025 season. Head to their store at 242 Sycamore Road in Douglasville or visit fireworksrus.com. Fireworks on tap after tonight's game here in Bowie. Of course, the Phillies bats look to provide some of their own beforehand. Nick Dunn will lead things off here on the top of the second. 5, 6, 7 due up in a scoreless ball game, as Blake Money returns the mound for inning number 2 of work. And Money finishes up his warm-up tosses. Creed Willems, the catcher, fires one down and actually threw it in the center field. So that'll bring Nick Dunn to the plate for the Fightin' Phils to start off this inning. Dunn a good game 2 last night, 1 for 4, had a run scored double and an RBI. He'll dig on in from the left side. So Money stands tall on the first base side of the rubber. He'll work from the windup here to start this second inning. And his first pitch home to Nick Dunn is taken a bit outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Just the 4th game Dunn has played with Reading this season. He Joined the Phillies back in mid-June after a trade with the Mariners, where he was playing with AAA Tacoma. And money deals is down, 2 balls, no strikes. Played 2 games for the Phillies, was then promoted to Lehigh Valley. Was there for a couple of weeks, and then following that injury to Jose Rodriguez and the Felix Reyes injury, our Phillies had a need for another infielder, so Dunn was sent back to Reading from Lehigh Valley. Here's the 2-0. Dunn will take that one at the letters for a ball. It's 3-0. Dunn, pretty local to Reading, about an hour and a half north. He lives in Sunbury, PA, which is up towards Williamsport. 3-0. Dunn will take that one up, ball 4. So 4-pitch walk to Nick Dunn to start off this inning. First walk issued by either side tonight, and that'll bring the catcher, Caleb Ricketts, to the plate. Baysox tonight, as we said, playing as the Chesapeake Oyster Catchers. Wear teal blue uniforms, white pants, orange stripe down the side. Caps are black on the top, teal on the brim, and they have the Oyster Catchers logo on the front of it. Times called by the catcher Willems. Just as Money was about to throw his first pitch. Our Phillies tonight for the second straight game, as they did in Game 2 last night, come out in their road gray uniforms. Reading in navy blue, written across the front. Block numbering and letters on the back, gray pants. First pitch to Ricketts, the curveball for a called strike. It's 0-1. One in the field, the Phillies wear their red caps, have a navy blue feathered R on the front. Ricketts 0 for 3 and a strikeout in Game 1 yesterday. Here's the 0-1. Ricketts will take that up the letters, ball and a strike. Of course, the Chesapeake Oyster Catchers gained a lot of notoriety on social media when they were first announced. But the Baysox have kind of turned it into one of their most popular alternate identities. The 1-1 is a curveball in for a called strike. It's 1-2. So ball and 2 strikes to Ricketts, 225 hitter. 21st game with Reading this season for the catcher. Dunn leads off first, the pitch. Ricketts swings and misses. He's down on strikes. So strikeout number 2 for Blake Money tonight. That'll bring Leandro Pineda to the plate.
Batting seventh, the right fielder number 2, Leandro Pineda.
So Pineda digs in from the left-handed batter's box. 1 out here in a scoreless top of the second. On another hot and humid day here in the northeast part of the country. It's pretty much been the story of the summer. First pitch to Pineda's up. It's 1 ball, no strikes. It's been a lot of heat, a lot of humidity, and a lot of rain. Of course, this series felt the impact of that. Tuesday and Wednesday's contests all postponed. So doubleheader played Thursday, doubleheader scheduled for tomorrow, with the hope to get all 6 games in this week before the All-Star break. Here's the pitch. Pineda takes that upstairs. It's 2-0. So Money, some command issues early on in this second frame. Nick Dunn once again leads off first. Pineda played in both games last night, had a couple of hits, double, 2 RBI. Next pitch home is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. It's 2-1. Baysox infield looks to turn 2. Velasquez at second is straight up and in a couple of steps. Vasquez at short is over towards the bag and in. Next pitch, Pineda swings to a breaking pitch. It's 2-2. So 2 ball, 2 strike count to Pineda. 1 out, top of the second of a scoreless ball game here between Reading and Chesapeake. And Pineda will ask for and get time. It's been a very quiet season for Pineda, someone who I think a lot of people had high expectations for coming into the year. He's hitting just 198. Really kind of came in fast for Reading when he was called up about a year ago. 2-2 is up and away for a ball, counts full. Homered in his first game at Portland, coming out of the All-Star break last July. Then eventually sustained a season-ending thumb injury in early August that cost Pineda the rest of the season. And he's just really never been able to kind of get it going this year. He's had some blips, had a really good month of May, hit 292, but really outside of May, it's been pretty quiet otherwise. Full count, 1 out to the lefty bat. Pitch home, Dunn takes off, and Pineda swings and fouls it straight back. Count stays full. Dunn has to retreat to first. As we said, very hot and humid. Pretty much everywhere you look, fans are fanning themselves, no pun intended there, with whether it's a program, a plate, hats. As the sun still at 7:30, pretty strong here in Bowie, Maryland. 3-2, Pineda swings through a fastball at 93 from Money. That's strike 3. Third strikeout for him, second straight. And that'll be out number 2.
Batting 8th, the second baseman number 3, Eric Brito.
So that'll bring Eric Brito to the plate for the Fightin' Phils. He'll dig in from the right side, slightly open stance for the right-handed bat. Brito is playing in just his 5th game at AA this year. First pitch home is a sweeper for a called strike. It's 0-1. 79 miles per hour on that offering from Money. Brito just 1 for 10 so far with Reading. Yet to record an extra base hit or drive in a run. The 0-1 is in for a called strike. It's 0-2. Quickly to the right-handed bat, Brito. Dunn leads off first. Retzbach holds him on. Rest of the infield plays back. Brito will step out and get time. Brito, who began the season with AAA Lehigh Valley, played in 44 games with the Iron Pigs. 0-2, Brito swings and misses over a breaking pitch. He's down on strikes. So after a leadoff walk of Nick Dunn, Blake Money bounces back, strikes out the side here in the second. Our Phils down quietly. They do leave 1. We will head to the home half of the second inning. Our Phils and Baysox still gridlocked at 0. This inning is brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living, not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, PA, outside of Lebanon. Bottom half of the second. Still a scoreless ball game here from Prince George's Stadium on a beautiful Friday night here in Bowie, Maryland. Chuck King back on the mound after sending the Baysox down in order in the first. And he'll get the middle third of manager Roberto Mercado's starting lineup. Adam Retzbach will lead things off for the Baysox, playing as the Oyster Catchers tonight. Manager Roberto Mercado's in the third base coach's box. Development coach Calvin Christensen is the first base coach for Chesapeake tonight. So Retzbach digs in from the right side, slightly open stance. The first pitch is a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Fastball at 94 from Chuck King. 71st game for Retzbach, 270 hitter on the season. Next pitch home is swung on a hot shot foul down the third base line. And it's quickly 0-2. Henry Mendez was about to go receive it, but a member of the Phillies bullpen shoots out to grab it. Looks like it is one of the designated bullpen catchers, also son of our Phil's hitting coach Tom Slater, Jackson, who retrieved that and just absolutely chucked one well into the crowd. Next pitch down for a ball, 1-2. Jackson, Tom Slater's son, has been with the Phillies last few weeks while he's off on summer break. Is a member of the Old Dominion baseball team. So he's been getting some swings in, catching some bullpens, staying fresh for the summer. 1-2 the count to Retzbach. Here's the pitch, and that is just outside. It's 2-2. It's going to be pretty cool. You go back first day of classes. What'd you do this summer? No, nothing really. Just hung out with a professional baseball team. Got to catch a bunch of pro pitchers. Nothing too big. 2-2 home. Swung on, ground ball towards short. Miller charges to his right field. Sets, fires the first low throw. Picked up by Alex Pinellas, and that is out number 1. So 4 up, 4 down so far tonight for Chuck King. And that'll bring Tavian Josenberger to the plate for the Baysox. So Josenberger making his first appearance in pretty much 2 months. Was placed on the injury list back on May the 16th and activated today by the Baysox. And the first pitch is taken for a strike on the inside half. It's 0-1 to the lefty. Through 33 games before his IL stint, hit 177. Had a couple of home runs, 11 runs driven in. 0-1. Hit outside, 1-1 strike. Josenberger, who's been a switch hitter in his career. That's what he's officially listed as on the Baysox roster. 1-1 is swung on, and it's popped a mile high in the infield. Ricketts is out, so is King. Here comes DeMartini, and the third baseman makes the catch in foul territory, just to the left of the home plate dirt circle. And that is out number 2. So that'll bring Doug Hodo to the plate. But yeah, Josenberger listed as a switch hitter, but decided 3rd week of the season he was going to go lefty for the foreseeable future. So he has been only a lefty, which is his natural side. So, I mean, he has struggled this year, so maybe it's just kind of a, hey, like, let's kind of lock in on what we know we do best and not try to mess around too much here. 2 outs for Hodo, who's in from the right side. King's first pitch is a bit outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Hodo's 70th game of the year for him. He's a 193 hitter. He's got 4 home runs. He's driven in 15. 1-0 is over for a called strike, 1-1. Overall, it's a Baysox lineup that is really not been good this year. They're hitting .201 on the season, dead last in the Eastern League, and it's a offense that's on pace. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2 for a historically poor season, for lack of a better term. Our broadcast PR counterpart on the Chesapeake side, Andre Magera, was telling us kind of before the game they did some digging in, Eastern League history in terms of offensive production. 1-2 is there for a called strike 3, and that'll retire the side here in the 2nd. So first strikeout of the night for Chuck King. He sends the Baysox down in order. We will head to the 3rd, still scoreless between the Fightin Phils and Baysox. Top of the third inning, and us here at the Phillies want to thank our good friends at Pepsi for presenting the 2025 season here in Baseball Town. Go Fightin' Phils and drink more Pepsi. Blake Money finishes up his warm-up tosses in this top half of the third inning. Still a scoreless game as 9-1-2. Set the gun to the plate for the Phils in the frame. Cade Fergus will lead things off for Reading. Fergus, of course, who hit the grand slam in last night's ball game. 2 for 4 overall, scored 2 runs. He also doubled. Struck out a couple of times as well. So pretty much last night is an example of the season it's been for Fergus. Pretty much very all or nothing year. When he's hot, he's hot. When he's not, well, it gets quiet quickly. So Ferguson from the right side. Money's first one home is a breaking pitch for a called strike. It's 0-1. The grand slam that Fergus hit in last night's ballgame, the 4th grand slam of his professional career dating back to 2022. There's a lot of guys that play a long time and don't hit 1 grand slam, let alone 4 in a 4-year stretch. Next pitch, Fergus swings and misses. It's 0-2. His other 3 had 1 in 2022 and then 2 in 2023. All of which came when he was with Single A Clearwater. So this is the first one he's hit since being with Reading. It's also the 2nd grand slam that the Phils hit this year. Trent Farquhar had one at Binghamton back on May the 10th. 0-2. Up towards the lid of Fergus. He ducks out of the way of it. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Ironically enough, the grand slam from Farquhar also came in a doubleheader. That one was in Game 1 against Binghamton. Fergus came in Game 2 last night. 1-2, no outs to the leadoff man here in the 3rd. Money deals home. That one's down. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got away from the catcher, Willems, towards the on-deck circle on the Phils side, third base. So Fergus, 8 home runs this season. That's tied for the most on Reading. Him and Felix Reyes locked the top of that category. Fergus, 13 home runs overall between a couple of levels. That's a mark that's 2nd overall in the Phillies organization. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Fergus goes down on strikes. He chases a sweeper up and out of the zone. So that's strikeout number 5 tonight for Money. 4 in a row for him, and that'll turn the lineup card over to Aiden Miller. .39 pitches for Blake Money so far through 2 1/3. So Miller digs in 0 for 1 tonight. He popped up the short his first time up. First pitch from the righty Money. Miller swinging a tapper foul off the netting above the Phils dugout. It's 0-1. So Fergus has 13 home runs, like we said. 2nd in the Phillies organization. He trails Otto Kemp, who right now is a sitting duck because home runs at the big league level don't count towards these statistics for these purposes, only just minor league home runs. 0-1, Miller takes it up and in. It's a ball and a strike. Kemp, 14 home runs with AAA Lehigh Valley prior to his call-up a little over a month ago to the Phillies. Here's the 1-1. Miller takes a breaking pitch down low. It's 2 balls and a strike. Miller, the Phillies' number 2 prospect, 67th game this year. And he's a .236 hitter overall on the campaign. Money's ready from the windup, deals home, and Miller takes it inside, 3-1. You always got to wonder how a prospect of the prominence that Miller feels this time of the year, especially when he played for a contender. I mean, if you were a prospect in the organization of a team like the White Sox, the Rockies, you know you're pretty safe. I mean, you feel like you're just gunning for a big league shot at that point. 3-1. Miller will take that outside, ball 4. So another walk from Aiden Miller. 2nd one issued by Money tonight. And it's a 1-out base runner for Carson DeMartini. We just wonder what the mindset is. Trade deadline's 20 days away. The Phillies obviously contenders, and rumors have really began to surface that the Phillies are trying to make a big splash at the deadline. They're a team they're in first place, one of the best records in all of baseball. So the window it's right now. First pitch to DeMartini, takes it for a ball. Delayed steal from Miller, and he slides in safely ahead of the tag from Vasquez. Close play at second. It's the 32nd stolen base of the year for Aiden Miller. That'll put him back atop the Eastern League in that category. And it's a 1-ball, no strike count here to Carson DeMartini. It's been a lot of delayed steals for Miller. But no, but you wonder, does Miller, Crawford, I think McAble, Andrew Painter, throw Keaton Anthony, maybe Otto Kemp in there, Eduardo Tait, DeMartini, Arun Escobar, who just got promoted. I mean, these are all guys that I'm sure teams are calling the Phillies and saying, hey, you want so-and-so? We want your top prospects. And the Phillies have been pretty hesitant to part with their top guys the last few years. 1-0 is swung on, hit in the air towards deep center. Josenberger goes back to the track, reaches up, makes the catch. Miller tug from second. He'll get to third. He'll make a turn, but Alpadrique gives him the stop sign. So it's a deep fly out to center for DeMartini, but Miller, nice job getting back to tag. Puts him at third, 2 outs here for Hendry Mendez. So, of course, last year the Phillies, their big move was the Carlos Estevez trade. They parted with George Klassen, who was selected for the Futures game that takes place tomorrow, and also Samuel Aldegari. So 2 prospects, but not top prospects. And, of course, Painter, Miller, Crawford are kind of those guys that if you want an impact player, they're going to say, I want one, if not more, of those guys. First pitch, a curveball to Mendez, a strike. It's 0-1. It's still scoreless top of the third. Aiden Miller's on third. Tait, of course, another one of those top prospects for the Phils. McAble, so we'll see. It's going to be a very interesting next 20 days. Next pitch is taken outside. It's 1-1. And for us here in Reading, you want Aiden Miller to stay because obviously he's a dynamic player. He's a great guy to have around. He's exciting to watch at the ballpark each day, but then you're kind of torn because you're a Phillies fan, so you want them to make a move. Mendez swings and lifts it foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Nice catch by a fan up in the suite level. One to the count, Money fires, and Mendez takes it down. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good block by the catcher Willems to keep Miller on third. Of course, just overall, I mean, Dave Dombrowski has been very high, and he said it on Painter, Miller, Crawford, that he really has a hard time parting with one of them. But obviously, you look at the Phillies, it is an aging core. How much bigger is this window? And there's 2 sides of that coin. Window's not big, you go all in. Window's not big, you keep your prospects. 2-2, Mendez swinging a foul tip, squeezed by Willems. He's down on strike, so second strikeout of the inning for Money, 6 overall tonight. No runs, no hits, and another man left stranded for the Phils. We will head to the home half of the third inning. Still scoreless between Reading and Chesapeake. Bottom half of the third inning from Prince George's Stadium here in Bowie is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. You can expect reliable and experienced attorneys who are committed to getting you justice after a serious personal injury. Call Swartz Colton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. So Chuck King finishes up his warm-up tosses. Still a scoreless game in the bottom of the third. It's been 6 up, 6 down so far tonight for the Baysox. And it'll be 7, 8, 9 due up here against King. Anthony Servideo will get things started here for Chesapeake, playing tonight as the viral, I guess you could say, Oyster Catchers. So Servideo digs in from the left side. He's a 143 hitter this year. This is 70th game overall, and the first pitch by King misses a bit out. It's 1-0 to the lefty. Lefty bat Servideo, rests the bat on his left shoulder. Here's the next pitch, and that's outside again. It's 2-0. So we were talking last time that the Baysox were up, just kind of about the offensive struggles for Chesapeake this year. Hitting just 201 collectively as a team. 2-0 pitch. Swung on, lifted in the air towards shallow left. Mendez tracks in, and the left fielder makes the catch. That's out number 1. So it's 7 up, 7 down so far tonight for King. That'll bring Jalen Vasquez to the plate. But our PR broadcast counterpart on the Chesapeake side, Andre Magaro, did some digging last week when Richmond was in town. Looked on Baseball Reference, which carries Eastern League statistics dating back to 1963. And if the season ended today, first pitch is a strike at 0-1 to Vasquez. The season ended today, Chesapeake's 201 average would be the lowest batting average for a single season in the Eastern League since as far back as 1963. The 0-1 is low and away, it's 1-1. So the bats have been quiet. Chesapeake's really struggled here at home this year. They're 12-29. 23-17 on the road. 1-1 is swung on, broken bat, flare towards shallow right. It'll fall in front of the right fielder, Pineda, for a base hit. So first hit of the night for the Baysox. Gonna bring the 9-hitter Alfredo Velasquez to the plate. And this kind of feels like another bad luck hit against King, which has kind of become a theme. Last time out against Somerset, I feel like every hit he gave up was pretty softly hit. That one's 79 miles per hour off the bat. So 9-hitter Alfredo Velasquez up. First time Kings pitched up a man on tonight. First pitch is over for a called strike. It's 0-1. That the 30th pitch tonight for Chuck King. 27-year-old righty out of Coppell, Texas. Played his college ball at TCU. 0-1. Gets the outside corner again. It's 0-2 to the righty bat. It was most certainly not a linear path for Chuck King to Double-A Reading. And time is called by Velasquez. King, who finished up at TCU in 2021, opted not to go pro, ended up taking a job with the San Diego Padres in their sports science and analytics department. That was going to the 2022 season. 0-2, swung on, poked. It's a foul ball down the right field line towards the Baysox bullpen. It'll stay 0-2. 2023 worked as a, I'm going to say coach, but he was on the staff of the Single-A Lake Elsinore Storm in the Padres organization. And it was around then where the itch to start playing baseball again and pitching kind of came back to King, 2 years removed from college. 0-2, swing and a miss. Struck him out. So Velasquez goes down on strikes for out number 2. It's the second punch out tonight for Chuck King. That'll bring the top of the order and Reed Trimble to the plate. So actually King threw a bullpen in Lake Elsinore, and it went really well. So one of his teammates basically said to him, he said, "What are you doing? Why are you here? Why are you not playing?" And King, as he told us, kind of gave some beat around the bush response, and his teammate was like, "No, like, you should be playing right now." First pitch to Trimble is right down the chute for a strike. It's 0-1. So King ended up going over the drive line. He worked out there, did a pro day. Was throwing 97, got up to 98 at that pro day. And the Phillies really like what they saw. They signed King in February of 2024. 0-1 to Trimble. It's a bit down. It's 1-1. They will appeal. Third base umpire Trey Jester says no swing. So King spent pretty much all of last year with high A Jersey Shore, where pitched only as a reliever. Didn't pitch more than 2 innings in a single outing last year. So came to spring training, and Phillies said to him, hey, you're going to be a starter this year. Here's the 1-1. That one's down and in. 2 balls, 1 strike. Fastball at 93. And he said, okay, whatever you tell me to do, I'm going to do it. So King started this year. Season, you know, they worked him up, but King has not gone less than 5 innings in a start over his last 8 starts. It was May the 17th. Last time he pitched less than 5. The 2-1 is waved on a whiff by Trimble. It's 2-2. And he's turned himself into one of the most consistent arms in the Reading rotation. Turned in 3 straight quality starts from June 14th to the 27th. Earned a win over 5 1/3. Last time out 8 days ago against Somerset. 2-2, swung on and poked. Shallow left, out DeMartini. In is Mendez. It'll fall in front of both of them for a base hit. So it's another softly hit ball that finds grass for the Baysox. Their second hit of the inning. And that'll bring the third baseman, Max Wagner, to the plate. That one's 68 miles per hour off the bat. So 2 hits tonight for the Baysox. Nothing hit quite hard. I think if you're King, you just got to shrug your shoulders and say, what could I have done? It was an off-speed pitch down out of the zone, and Trimble just hit a Texas leaguer towards shallow left. So Wagner in from the right side, slightly open stance. 2 outs in the inning. Chesapeake threatening. First pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. 94 on that fastball. Max Wagner 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. He grounded out the third his first time up. He bats with 2 outs in the third. It's a scoreless ball game. 2 Baysox on base. King deals, and that one misses just a bit down. It's a ball and a strike. Left side of the infield straight up. Right side shaded towards the middle with the ready up. Brito over towards the second base bag. Vanellis deep and over at first. Neither runner held on. 1-1. That one's down. 2 balls and a strike. Good block there by Caleb Ricketts. So 2 balls, 1 strike. King sitting at 41 pitches tonight. 2 hits allowed here in the frame, looking to work out of a little bit of trouble. Here's the pitch home. That one misses just outside again. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wagner hitting .217. 152 with runners in scoring position this year. Pitch home, swinging a line drive down the left field line, but it goes foul. Down towards the Phillies bullpen, and the count goes full to Max Wagner. So Trimble on first. Vasquez on second. Both runners will be off and moving on the pitch here. 3-2, 2 outs to Max Wagner. Driven in 14. Here's the pitch. Swinging a floater behind home plate, out of play foul. It'll nestle itself into a seat. A couple of rows into the 200 level here at Prince George's Stadium, where fans sporting one of the Baysox basketball jersey giveaway shirts tonight. Picks it up. 44 pitches for Chuck King. Count stays 3-2, 2 outs here in the frame. Runners get their leads, they'll be off. Payoff pitch. Swung on, hit in the air pretty well. Deep right, Pineda tracks back. It's over his head. It'll one-hop the wall and go over the wall, so it'll be a ground roll double, which is going to be good for Reading because Trimble was all but certain to score. But now since he was on first, he has to head back to third. So just Vasquez scores. That makes it a 1-0 ball game on an RBI double from Max Wagner here in the third.
The catcher number 11, Creed Willems.
That'll now prompt a mound visit here from Brad Bergeson, the pitching coach for Reading. Double number 11 of the season for Wagner, RBI number 15. So it's Bergeson, the catcher, Ricketts, and Chuck King in on this conversation. The rest of the infield stays back. Aiden Miller, Max Wagner currently conversing at second base. Bergeson heads back to the dugout. So King at 45 pitches, of course. That last one was hit hard by Max Wagner. That was a well-hit ball and a fastball that was pretty much right down the middle at 94. But the other two hits this inning were very softly hit by Chesapeake. And I think that's a lot of what Bergeson was saying is, hey, like, you had some bad luck here. That bat should have never even happened. So here's Creed Willems. First pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1. King goes to an all-speed pitch at 83. Willems 0 for 1 in tonight's ball game. Flew out to deep center back in the first. 0-1. He swings on a lifted foul out of play. It's 0-2. Men on second and third for the catcher, Willems. Had a home run in game one of last night's doubleheader. 180 hitter with runners in scoring position this year. In total, he's driven in 32. 0-2 is down. Good pick by Caleb Ricketts to keep the runners where they are. Neither runner being held on, so Reed Trimble at third can get a very big lead off the bag. Miller does shade behind the second base bag with the lefty up, so Wagner will have to stay considerably close, but Trimble, though, is about a third of the way down the line. DeMartini is way back and way over at third. 1-2 is downstairs, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two to the count, 48 pitches for King. What's been a long inning for him. Longest of the night after the first two were pretty quick, 1, 2, 3 frames. King's ready, 2-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Third strikeout tonight for Chuck King. Willems retired, and that will retire the side in the third. Baysox, though, do score a run. They did it on 3 hits, 2 left. Third of the way through on this Friday night from Bowie, Maryland. We'll head to the 4. Baysox lead it 1-0. So we go to the top of the 4th inning, 1-0 Baysox on top of the Fightin' Phillies. And a reminder that every Tuesday, all active military and veterans receive $3 off box seats thanks to Burke's Oral Surgery and Dental Implant Center. So Blake Money back out for the Baysox in a 1-0 ball game. And he'll get 4, 5, and 6 of the Phillies lineup. It'll be Alex Pinellas who leads things off for Reading here in the frame. Pinellas 0 for 1 with a strikeout in tonight's ball game. Some beginning the set on this summer Friday night here in Bowie, Maryland. Lights beginning to kick in here at Prince George's Stadium. First pitch from Money is swung on, fouled straight back off the netting behind home plate by Pinellas. It's 0-1. 52 pitches for Money. He struck out 6. Both his season and career high are 9. Did that back on June the 4th of this year with Aberdeen against Hudson Valley. 0-1. Pinellas takes it down and in. Ball and a strike to the lefty bat. Pinellas has been one of the hottest hitters across the Eastern League over the last month of play. Here's the 1-1, and he'll take that one a bit inside. 2-1. 23 games since June the 11th. Pinellas hitting .338, .937 OPS. He's driven in 22, 9 extra base hits over that stretch as well. 2-1. Pinellas will take it down and in. 3 balls, 1 strike. His Eastern League ranks over that stretch. Second in average. Tied 6 in home runs. Tied for first in RBI. 4th in slugging. 5th in OPS. And the 3-1 is on the outside corner for a strike. It's 3-2. Also currently on a 7-game hitting streak is Pinellas, hitting .308 over that stretch. Full count, no outs to the lefty bat, and Money's pitch. And Pinellas will swing. Sky it foul out of play to the third base side. Outfield plays Pinellas straight up. Infield on the right side straight up. Left side is shifted a bit. Vasquez at short towards the second base bag, and Wagner plays nearly at the deep hole at short. 3-2. Curveball that hung up there. Pinellas smokes it, but it's foul. Down the right field line and out of play towards that grass berm. Bounces off the Rice Law sign, which I have to assume is a legal group. 3-2 again. And Pinellas will take that at the knees, called strike 3. Second time Pinellas has struck out tonight. It's the 7th punch out overall for Blake Money. And that'll bring Nick Dunn to the plate. That was a fastball up to 96 from Blake Money. So Dunn digs in from the left side. He walked his first time up. First pitch home is swung on and cranked deep to right field. Ceridio's back. He turns, looks up, and it's way gone. Nick Dunn hits his first home run with the Phillies, and just like that, this game is tied up at 1 apiece. .383 feet from Nick Dunn, 101 off the bat. Picks up an RBI for the second straight game. And Dunn, who had a great round of batting practice today, was launching the ball over that fence in right field pretty frequently. And he got all of that 5'8", 185-pound frame into that swing. So new ball game, 1-1. Caleb Ricketts digs in from the left-handed batter's box, and the first pitch to him is over for a called strike. It's 0-1. It was a all-speed pitch, 87 from Money, but just got way too much of the plate, and Nick Dunn, who's a veteran, made the youngster Money pay. A 1 is up for a ball. It's 1-1. I think I may have just heard an Oysters chant, right? Like, because they're the Oyster catchers tonight, but it was in the same cadence to an Eagles chant. Next pitch, Ricketts swinging a miss. It's 1-2. Which, Oyster, 6 letters. Eagles, 6 letters. I was also told from boots on the ground here in Bowie last night that there was an Eagles chant that broke out. 1-2. Ricketts takes it down, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Seen a handful of Phillies jerseys tonight. Not as many as we would see in Somerset or Harrisburg, but seen a few. A couple hours south of Philadelphia. And here's the 2-2 to Ricketts. Swinging a ground ball foul towards the Baysox dugout on the first base side. Caleb Ricketts 0 for 1 in tonight's ballgame. He was a strikeout victim back in the second. 2-2 home. Ricketts swinging a ground ball towards the middle. Vasquez, the shortstop, had it played perfectly. His throw to first is in time. That's out number 2. So Ricketts retired. That'll bring Leandro Pineda to the plate. So Pineda digs in from the left-handed batter's box, and the first pitch fired home to him from Money is a curveball. Misses a bit up and out. It's 1-0. Pineda 0 for 1 in tonight's ballgame. Strikeout victim his first time up in the second. He bats with 2 outs in the top of the fourth in a 1-1 game. Pitch home. Pineda swings, skies it foul over our heads. And it's a 1 ball and 1 strike count. Here's Money's pitch. Pineda takes it down again. 2 balls, 1 strike. Couple of hits for Pineda between both games last night. Scored a run, double, 2 RBIs. Also walked a couple of times and was struck out twice. 2-1. Pineda swings, crushes it deep to right field. Ceridio's back, and that one's out of here. Off the sign in right field, and Leandro Pineda smokes one. 369 feet, 96 off the bat. His 5th home run of the season puts the Fightin' Phils on top. It's 2-1.
The second baseman, number 3, Eric Brito.
Fastball at 94, right at the top of the zone. And Leandro Pineda made Money pay for it. RBI number 21 this year for Pineda, who, like Dunn, had a really good round of batting practice today, was peppering that right field fence, and did that pretty much right there. First pitch to Brito, waves and whiffs at it. It's 0-1. Brito 0 for 1 tonight. He was a strikeout victim in the second. Watches the 0-1 go by for a strike. It's 0-2. It's been quite going for Eric Brito since rejoining Reading last week. He's 1 for 11. And this is 5th game overall. He plays second tonight. 0-2. Brito will swing and fight it back foul. It stays 0-2. Brito done. Probably get the lion's share of playing time at second base, with Jose Rodriguez back on the injured list with a thumb injury. Had the cast on, was working out the lower body today in the outfield pregame. Here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch, called strike 3, and Brito goes down on strikes for the 2nd time tonight. A strikeout already for Blake Money tonight, but the Phils in the inning get 2 runs, 2 hits, both home runs. 1 from Dunn, 1 from Pineda, and there's nobody left on base. We will head to the home half of the 4th inning. Fightin' Phils on top 2-1. Klein is proud to be the official transportation provider of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Klein Transportation gets the R Phils to other road trips throughout the 2025 season. For more information, go to kleintransportation.com. So, Chuck King back on the mound for Reading. Our Phils on top. It's 2-1. After a pair of runs in the top of the inning, it's 4-5-6-2 up for Chesapeake. Adam Retzbach will lead things off from the right side here against King. First pitch to the righty, Retzbach. I'll take it at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. So King got into some trouble last inning. A couple of softly hit singles and a hard hit double to right from Max Wagner. Resulted in a run scoring for the Baysox. 0-1 is swung on and lifted down the right field line out of play foul. It's 0-2 to Retzbach. Honestly, the double from Wagner was a ground rule double, which saved Reading, because that was definitely going to score 2 runs, but it becoming a ground rule double forced Reed Trimble just to go from first to third instead of scoring. Oh, to the pitch. Down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Retzbach. Retzbach 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to short his first time up. Next pitch, swing and a miss. Retzbach goes down on strikes. 4th tonight for Chuck King. So 1 down to the inning. That'll bring Tavian Josenberger to the plate. So Josenberger will dig on in from the left-handed batter's box. He's 0 for 1 in tonight's game. Pop up to third his first time up. The first pitch to him is a strike. It's 0-1. So it's a good outing for King his last time out, and he's been 8 days between starts. Was originally supposed to start yesterday. Of course, that all got messed up due to the weather. 0-1, a bit outside. It's 1-1. Both Tuesday and Wednesday's contests between the two sides were rained out. They did play a doubleheader yesterday. 1-1, misses down, 2 balls and a strike. It'll be a single game today. Doubleheader tomorrow. Weather looks good for tomorrow. And then a single game Sunday to finish the series. 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2 to Tavian Josenberger. Then the All-Star break commences following Sunday's game. Running off for 4 days before returning home next Friday against Portland. 2-2, swung on, tap foul. It'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reading will open up a 9-game homestand. 3 against Portland and then 6 against Binghamton, which that's going to be a tough task once the Rumble Ponies come to town. 2-2, swung on, line drive, foul down the right field line and out of play. Onto that grassy berm again. It'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rumble Ponies, who have been one of the best teams in the league this year. They won the first half of the Northeast Division, and they're 11-4 in the second half. That's a mark that also is best in the Northeast Division since the halves flipped a couple of weeks back. 2-2, swung on, fouled straight back off the netting. It'll stay 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tavian Josenberger. Josenberger making his first start off the injury list today, where he's been on since May the 16th. He's 0 for 1 tonight. 2-2, misses outside, count runs full. Of course, you may ask, what if Binghamton also wins the second half? in the Northeast Division standing as well. Then it'll be the second place team that will capture the second half crown. The 3-2 to Josenberger, swung on, lifted in the air towards right center. Fergus over towards the alley, and the center fielder tracks it down to make the catch. That's out number 2, so King looking for a shutdown inning here in the 4th as Doug Hodo steps up for the Baysox. So Hodo digs in from the right side with 2 outs in the inning. King's first pitch home is on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. That was pitch number 64 of the night for Chuck King. Last at-bat by Josenberger was a 9-pitch at-bat by him. 0-1, swung on, line drive foul towards the Phillies bullpen. And the left field liner, they all scatter. Looks like everybody's okay. So no balls, 2 strikes to count here to Doug Hodo III. He's 0 for 1 tonight, was a strikeout victim back in the 2nd. King's ready at the letters, fires the 0-2. Down and away, 1-2. Went all speed there at 88. Chuck King, whose real first name is Charles, but just the name Chuck King for a pitcher, perfect. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, line drive, hits off King, shoots to the right of the mound. King fields, underhand flip to first, is in time. Good job by Chuck King to stick with that. 1-3 goes to put out. Hodo is retired. And it's a 1-2-3 frame as the Baysox go down in order. So we've played 4 full. Fightin' Phillies lead at 2-1. We will head to the 5th here on the Phillies Radio Network on 830 WEEU.com. Today's Fightin' Phillies alumni report is presented by Deer Country. So get to our alumni report here in a moment. First top half of the 5th inning. It is a 2-1 lead for the Fightin' Phillies here over the Chesapeake Baysox. I'm Jake Starr. If you're just joining myself, appreciate you spending some time with me. So Blake Money back on the mound. It is Cade Fergus will lead off for the Phillies. So former Phil, current Lehigh Valley Iron Pig Keaton Anthony just had a 41-game on-base streak snapped, and it was 41 games between Reading and Lehigh Valley, and it was the longest active streak in full season minor league baseball at the time. First pitch to Fergus, a strike, it's 0-1. And it was in total the 3rd longest on-base streak in all of minor league baseball here in 2025. Now ball is 1 strike to count to Cade Fergus. Money fires home, and Fergus takes that down. It's 1-1. Max Anderson of Erie owns the longest on-base streak in both the Eastern League and all of minor league baseball, 45 games. So Anthony's impressive streak comes to an end, but it's still been a great year for Keaton Anthony. 1-1 is down, 2 balls, 1 strike. Anthony was actually front cover of the sports section of the New York Times, an article that Phillies reporter for The Athletic, Charlotte Varnes, did. Ran in the New York Times print edition. Of course, The Athletic acquired by the New York Times a few years back. 2-1, Fergus swings, skies it, but it's fouling out of play. It's 2-2. That was our Phillies alumni report presented by our friends over at Deer Country. Baysox do an arm warming up. It's a lefty, Raul Alcantara, as Money sits at 77 pitches. 86, the most he's gone in a game this year, as the 2-2 misses low and away, 3-2. Also, the AV department here at Prince George's Stadium played Fergalicious by Fergie when Kate Fergus stepped to the plate. 3-2. Fergus swinging a foul ball straight back. It'll stay full. I know a lot of times, opposing teams will kind of play songs to maybe poke fun at the opposing players, and maybe that's what they thought here with Fergalicious. But little do they know, that's been Fergus's walk-up song most of his career. It's not right now, but most of his time. 3-2 again is inside ball 4. So Fergus, who struck out his first time up, works a walk this time. It's the third issued by Money tonight, and that'll bring Aiden Miller, the shortstop, up for the third time. Also, third time the lineup card is turned over here against Blake Money. So we'll see if the top of the running order can get some damage here on the righty. First pitch to Miller is over for a strike. It's 0-1. That's sweeper at 79 from Blake Money. Miller 0 for 1 tonight. He's popped up to the shortstop. He's also walked. Next pitch, Miller takes outside. It's 1-1. Miller's also stolen a base today. He's up to 32 this year. Miller, who's been in the leadoff spot for a little over a month now, moved there June the 3rd. And in terms of getting on base via the walk and seeing pitches, Miller's been really good from that leadoff spot. 1-1, Miller swings, skies it, foul territory. First base side, Reds box out, so is Velasquez, and it drops between everybody. Servideo, the right fielder, kind of dove at it and made a last-ditch effort, but no one's able to make the catch by the Baysox bullpen, so it's 1-2. So in the one hole this year, Miller has 20 walks, 22 strikeouts over 102 plate appearances. That's a walk rate of 20%. Had 21 walks, 53 strikeouts in the 2 spot across 189 plate appearances. That's a walk rate of 11%. So Miller clearly seeing a lot more pitches, getting on base via the walk a lot more, which is in turn helping him steal a lot of bases too. Fergus leads off first, the 1-2. Miller swings, ground ball through the hole. Good diving stop by Vasquez at short, but he'll have no play. So it's an infield single for Aiden Miller. Cade Fergus goes up to second. So back-to-back base runners for the Phillies to start this inning, and that'll bring Carson DeMartini to the plate. With that, though, Roberto Mercado comes out of the dugout for the Baysox. Oscar Mercado, of course, is on AAA Lehigh Valley, but Mercado points down to the bullpen. That's the end of the night for Blake Money, so his night is over. So we'll step aside for a moment. We'll have this Vernon University Golden Wolves pitching change coming up for you right after this. So it'll be the lefty Raul Alcantara coming out of the Alvernia University bullpen for the Baysox. 9th appearance overall for Alcantara, 0-1, a 7.62 ERA. 13 hits allowed over 13 innings. He's allowed 11 earned runs. He's walked 11, struck out 10. Opposition hitting .255 against Alcantara so far this year. So on Herritt, Fergus on second, Miller on first. No outs in the top half of the 5th inning. So Blake Money went 4+, 4 hits, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. But he's still responsible for the men on first and second, so you can't close the line quite yet on Blake Money. So DeMartini up. It's a lefty on lefty matchup here. Runners each get their leads. They're not being held on. And here's the first pitch home. DeMartini takes it for a strike. They will throw back to second, but Fergus gets in there standing up. I said they call that a ball, because that was very much in the strike zone, but I think home plate umpire John Forster said it was a ball because the catcher was standing up, so he probably lost his peripheral of that. Here's the pitch. DeMartini takes that one for a called strike. It's 1-1. Actually, no, it is 0-2. The home plate umpire signaling no balls and 2 strikes. So had that right on the first one. It was a strike, so it's 0-2. DeMartini 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Pitch home. Bit outside. It's 1-2. So Roberto Mercado's going to the lefty. Running a very lefty-heavy lineup today. 6 of the 9 batters are left-handed. 6 straight, too. 2 through 7, all bat lefty. But this will be the only lefty that Reading likely sees tonight from the Baysox bullpen. Alcantara steps off because the other lefties are Riley Cooper. He pitched last night, so he's probably down today. Walter Pennington's another lefty, but he is on the development list. Next pitch, and DeMartini swings and he lines it foul off the netting behind home plate. It'll stay a ball and 2 strikes. So I think Al Padrique says, okay, I'll take your lefty here, knowing he goes maybe an inning, maybe 2. Knowing that's going to be righties the rest of the way. Both teams very right-handed heavy pitching staffs. All the starters this week are righties. 1-2. DeMartini swings and he pops it straight back, foul and out of play. It'll stay a ball and 2 strikes. Chesapeake 2 lefty relievers. Reading has 2 as well. Tristan Garnett, who pitched last night. Andrew Walling, who also pitched last night. So unlikely we see either of those tonight. I think there's been one instance this year where a pitcher's pitched on back-to-back days, and that was Nelson Alvarez back in May. 1-2. Swing and a miss. DeMartini strikes out. It was a fastball that climbed up and in towards the lefty, so he swings through that. So that's strikeout number 1 for Alcantara. Number 9 overall for Chesapeake pitching. That'll bring Hendry Mendez to the plate for the Phillies. Two-one ball game. Phillies on top of the Baysox here in the top of the 5th. Pitch home. Is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Mendez 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded into a fielder's choice. He struck out back in the 3rd against Money. Lefty on lefty matchup. Alcantara steps back, looks back. Fergus, who heads back to the second base bag. Fergus once again dances off the second base bag. Pitch home. Mendez swings and he fouls it. It's 0-2. Couple of appearances last week for Alcantara, and it was a struggle. for him against Richmond. 2 1/3 innings in total. 7 hits, 7 runs, 3 walks, 1 strikeout. He has not pitched in 5 days. Of course, there are a few rainouts in there as well. Next pitch misses down, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's allowed at least 1 earned run in 4 of his last 5 outings. So we'll see if the Phillies can get to the lefty Alcantara here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and an out to Hendry Mendez. Runners get their leads. Here's the pitch. Mendez takes it outside. It's 2-2. He got speed on the bases. Fergus on second. He's got 8 stolen bases. Miller on first. He's got 32. I wonder if Al Patrique will try to draw up a double steal or perhaps maybe a hit and run. With Mendez, one of their better contact guys at the plate. 2-2. Mendez swinging a little tapper towards the middle. Velasquez charges. Flips to second for 1. Vasquez is relayed to first, is in time. That's an inning ending 4-6-3 double play. So Alcantara comes in and gets out of a jam. Our Phillies in the inning, no runs on a hit. 1 man left on base. We have played 4.5. Halfway home here in Chesapeake. We'll head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Reading on top 2-1. Bottom half of the 5th inning is presented by Cornwall Manor, a unique and charming community nestled on a 190-acre wooded campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. So bottom 5, 2-1, running on top. Chuck King back out for his 5th inning in total of work. And he'll get 7, 8, and 9 of the Baysox lineup. Anthony Servideo will lead things off for Chesapeake here in the frame. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Flew out the left his first time up, back in the 3rd. So King at 67 pitches. First pitch fired home. Servideo squares the bunt. He'll take it and misses outside of the lefty for a ball, so it's 1-0. Sun continues to set. Lights pretty much in full effect now on a very seasonably warm summer night here from Maryland. The next pitch of Servideo is swung on and hit in the air towards left. Pretty much right to the left footer. Mendez tracks in a couple of steps, makes the catch. That's out number 1. So 5 straight retired by Chuck King since that RBI double by Max Wagner back in the 3rd. That'll bring Jalen Valdez to the plate. Excuse me, Jalen Velasquez to the plate. So Vasquez in from the left side. First pitch is a bit up for a ball. It's 1-0. Vasquez at the first hit of the night against Chuck King. Served a little Texas League single to left back in that 1-run 3rd inning. 1-0. Bit south of the knees. 2 balls and no strikes to Jalen Vasquez. In total, a 153 hitter. 33rd game with AA Chesapeake. Began the season with Aberdeen. 2-0, swung on, lifted in the air towards left again. This one hit a little bit better, but Mendez sized it up and makes the catch. A couple of steps in front of the warning track. That's out number 2. So Hendry Mendez being kept nice and busy in left field. And that'll bring Alfredo Velasquez to the plate. We've talked about it a handful of times on the air, but never hurts to bring it up again. Just the improvements that Hendry Mendez has made in left field this year. First pitch is a strike at the knees. It's 0-1 to the righty Velasquez. And he's just making a lot of difficult plays look pretty routine, especially balls in the gap. Remember in Harrisburg about a month ago, he was just tracking everything down in what's a pretty big left center field alley. The 0-1 misses a bit outside, 1-1 to the righty bat. Velasquez 0 for 1, a strikeout victim, his only time up in the third. 1-1. Swung on a tapper towards the middle. Brito charges to his right. He backhands it. The second baseman's throw to first is in time. And that will retire the side here in the fifth. So very quick 1-2-3 inning for Chuck King. Baysox down quietly. We'll head to the sixth. Our Phils lead it 2-1. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, it offers a true test of golf and a championship-style course. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information. So top half of the sixth inning, 2-1, Fightin Phil's on top. Raul Alcantara is back out for his first full inning of work. Did get 3 outs, though, in the fifth inning. And he'll get 4, 5, 6 to the ready lineup. It'll start with Alex Benellis. Benellis 0 for 2 tonight, couple of strikeouts, both against Money, so I'm sure that Benellis is very happy to see a new arm in, despite it is a lefty who has a tough angle to kind of pick up from if you're hitting from the left side. First pitch to Benellis is over for a called strike. Top of the zone, it's 0-1. So final line on Blake Money tonight, 4+, 4 hits, 2 runs both earned, 3 walks and 8 strikeouts. 0-1 is low and away, it's 1-1. So 8 strikeouts tonight for Money, matches a double-A high. June the 28th against Altoona, he had 8. And he fell 1 short of his season and career high of 9. 1-1. Benellis will take that on the outside corner. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Benellis 295, entered tonight at 301, but hitless in his first 2 times at the plate. Been one of the hottest bats in the league over the last month or so. 1-2, Benellis swinging a miss. He strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. Second strikeout for Alcantara, 10th overall for Chesapeake pitching. And that'll bring Nick Dunn to the plate for the 3rd time. So Dunn's had himself a good night. He's been aboard twice. He walked back in the 2nd, homered in the 4th. First pitch up and in to the lefty, and he ducks out of the way of it. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Home run from Dunn was his first with Reading this year. Just the 4th game he's appeared in with the Phils. The 1-0 is over for a strike. It's 1-1. Was with Lehigh Valley for a couple of weeks. Hit .265. Did homer, 3 RBI across 10 games with the Iron Pigs. Mostly was a reserve infielder in Lehigh Valley. 1-1. Dunn will take that one up at the letters for a strike. It's 1-2. Don't think he loved that call from home plate umpire John Forster. Here's the 1-2. Dunn, swing, and a foul tip. Unable to squeeze it to the catcher, Willems. Looked like got a piece of his body as well. So he'll walk that one out. John Forster will toss the new ball to the pitcher. Roll out Contra. Home plate umpire will dust off home plates. Look at the catcher, a couple of extra seconds. Sinker, slider, changeup. The arsenal for the 24-year-old. Roll out Contra. Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Contra originally signed with the Mariners as a free agent in 2017 out of Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Dunn down on strikes. Chases a fastball at 94. So back-to-back strikeouts for Alcantara to start this inning. He's got 3 in total. He's retired all 4 batters he's faced. And that'll bring the catcher, Caleb Ricketts, to the plate for Reading. 2 outs in the top of the 6th inning. 2-1, Reading on top. Bullpen remains quiet for the Phillies. Looks like Chuck King is going to get another inning of work. First pitch, and Ricketts will swing and foul it. It's 0-1. Caleb Ricketts 0 for 2 in tonight's ballgame. A strikeout and a ground out. Grounded out to short his last time up back in the 4th. Overall, 219. It's been a pretty quiet go for Ricketts since coming off the injury list June the 17th. 0-1 is over for a strike. It's 0-2. Hit 2 home runs in his first game off, June the 17th against Hartford, but been really, really quiet since then for the 25-year-old catcher. Played his college ball at the University of San Diego. 0-2, and that's right down the chute, called strike 3. Ricketts goes down on strikes, so 3 straight strikeouts for Alcantara. Strikes out the side. He's got 4 in total tonight. Fightin Phillies go down in order in the top half of the 6th inning. We will head to the home half of the frame. Chuck King's coming back out. Reading on top. It is 2-1. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning here from Prince George's Stadium in Bowie, Maryland. Chuck King's back out with the Phillies holding a 2-1 advantage over the Baysox, and will get the top 3 of the order here for Chesapeake. Ray Trimble will lead things off, but first let's take a look at our This Day in Baseball Town history update presented by our friends over at Body Zone Sports and Wellness, the official workout facility of the Phillies. July 11th, 2018, so 7 years ago today, at Trenton, Jan Hernandez hits a 2-run home run, and Debbie Grulian adds a solo shot as the Eastern Division Phillies a 3-0 lead in the Eastern League All-Star game, only to have the Fightin' Phillies teammates Edgar Garcia squander the lead by surrendering 3 runs in the 5th inning. King's first pitch of the inning to the left-handed hitting Trimble is up and away. It's 1-0. So King trying to match his season high in innings pitched with 6. It'll be the 6th time he does it this year. The 1-0 is a bit outside. It's a ball and a strike. Trimble's 1 for 2 in tonight's ball game. Slung out the right, and he singled back in the 3rd. Only inning where the Baysox have gotten guys on base. And that next pitch is swung on and fouled straight back and out of play. It's 2-1. So King at 78 pitches. Season high is 90. Did that June the 27th against Richmond. So probably the last inning of the night for King. Of course, could get some extended time off. 2-1's a strike. It's 2-2 with the All-Star break looming. So the earliest King could pitch could be next Friday against Portland. And of course, we'll kind of see how that rotation shakes out. There could also be roster moves beforehand. Of course, there were a lot of roster moves coming out of the All-Star break last year. Next pitch is swung on and served foul, third base side. It stays 2-2 as it goes out of play. Nonetheless, though, King is looking for another quality start. Would be his 4th in his last 5 starts. It would be his 5th overall this year. Of course, quality starts, 6 innings, 3 earned runs or less. The 2-2, swing and a miss. And Trimble goes down on strikes. 5th strikeout tonight for Chuck King. And that'll bring the 3rd baseman, Max Wagner, to the plate. Bullpen's quiet for the Phillies. 81 pitches for Chuck King. Wagner 1 for 2 tonight. First pitch to the right-handed bat is taken for a called strike. It's 0-1. Dropped an off-speed pitch at 87 right down the middle to Wagner. Wagner doubled back in the 3rd, drove in a run, and was the only run that Chesapeake has scored in tonight's game. Next pitch misses a bit outside. It's 1-1. .221 hitter overall, 53 games. He's got 3 home runs. He's driven in 15. 1-1, swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 85, top of the zone. Wagner out in front of it. So King's got 5 strikeouts tonight. That matches the season high. He's 1 more away from setting a new season best mark. Ball and 2 strikes to Wagner. King deals, and it's swung on a miss. Strike number 3. And that's the 6th strikeout tonight for Chuck King. That'll set a new season high for him. And that'll bring Creed Willems to the plate as King's looking to likely end his day here on a strong note. So Willems digs in from the left side. 0 for 2 tonight. First pitch from King is a strike. It's 0-1. Reading has gotten bullpen action going. Andrew Bechtold has began to start tossing lightly. Down in the Phillies bullpen and left. 0-1, misses a bit outside, ball and a strike. Becoming a now very comfortable summer evening here in Chesapeake. 82 degrees our temperature as the sun's pretty much set here in Bowie, Maryland. 1-1, waving a whiff, it's 1-2. King is now a strike away from getting out of this inning and striking out the side. Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom 6, 2-1, Fightin' Phillies on top. Bases are empty. King set at the letters. Delivers the 1-2, swung on, softly served towards second on the ground. Brito waits back on it, fires the first, it's in time. And the Baysox go down in order for the 5th time tonight. So that's it for Chuck King. It's 6 quality innings for the right-handed arm tonight. We'll step aside for a moment. 2/3 the way through on this Friday night in Bowie, Maryland. Fightin' Phillies on top, 2-1 as we head to the 7th. Top of the 7th inning is presented by White Star Travel, the official group sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Visit whitestartours.com for more. So top 7, as we said, 2-1. Fightin' Phils still on top. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 due up for Reading. It'll be Raul Alcantara, who remains out for his 3rd inning of work. Already 2 innings so far tonight for Alcantara, who's gone 2+ in 3 of his last 5 outings. So that'll bring Pineda up. He homered his first time up. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Solo shot off money back in the 4th. And Alcantara's first pitch home. Pineda takes it for a ball. It's 1-0. 93 on that fastball from the lefty arm Alcantara. One of 2 lefties that pitch out of the Chesapeake bullpen, the other of which being Riley Cooper, who threw in last night's game. 1-0. Pineda swinging a topper foul off the top of the Baysox dugout on the first base side. Pineda sits just over the Mendoza line. He's at 201, 5 home runs. He's driven in 21. And the 1-1 is up and into the left. He has to duck out of the way of it, and then he eventually falls down. So it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Baysox do have a righty up and throwing in their bullpen. Daniel Lloyd is up and tossing. This will be the 27th pitch from Alcantara. Pineda swings through it. It's 2-2. On the Reading side, Andrew Bechtold continues to throw. So it appears that Chuck King's night, a excellent one once again, will come to a conclusion. Time's now called by Leandro Pineda. He'll step out. 2 ball, 2 strike count. No outs, top 7 in a 2-1 game. Reading leads. Alcantara ready at the letters, deals home, and that one's up and into the lefty. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good week so far for Pineda. 3 for 7, couple of runs, double, home run, 3 runs driven in. This is 3rd game he's played here in Chesapeake. And a 3-2 misses just outside, ball 4. Fastball there from Alcantara. Him and the catcher Williams did not like that call from the home plate umpire, but when we got up here, it showed it was off. So it's the first walk issued by Alcantara tonight, 4th overall for Chesapeake pitching. It's also the first base runner that Alcantara has allowed. So that'll bring Brito to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Pair of strikeouts tonight. First pitch squares the bunt, pops it up, and it'll be foul. 0-1. Alpadrique delivers some signs. Brito at home plate. Pineda at first. Both look at the skipper. We'll see if the bunt's on again. Hits and, of course, runs have been very hard to come by tonight for the Phils. So we'll see if they try to manufacture one here. They'll throw over to first, likely just to see if Brito squared. He did not. The ball is 1 strike to the right-handed hitting Brito. Just 1 for 12 so far through 5 games since being sent to Reading from Lehigh Valley. The 0-1, Brito taken all the way for a strike. It's 0-2. Oh, the slider at 83 from Alcantara, top of the zone. Pineda leads off first. Red Spock holds him at first. 0-2 the count to Eric Brito, the pitch. Swung on, ground ball, deep in the hole at short. Fielded by the shortstop, Vasquez. He goes to second for 1. The relay to first is late. But what a play from Vasquez at short. It was deep in the hole, off balance throw to second. Velasquez catches it, so Pineda's out. Brito's safe at first. It's a 6'4" fielder's choice. And that'll bring Cade Fergus to the plate. So one out here for Cade Fergus. Brito aboard on first. Brito has not stolen a bag this year, but we saw the speed last year. First pitch is a strike. It's 0-1 to Cade Fergus. Fergus 0 for 1 tonight. He's walking. He is struck out. Fergus a very big lead. He goes, and they have Brito picked off. Throw to first, then the throw to second is in time. So Brito's picked off, and there's 2 outs now here in the inning. It was a huge lead from Brito. The lefty Alcantara saw him taking that lead before he even picked his foot up. And they get him picked off, so it's 1-3-6. No balls, 1 strike to count to Cade Fergus the pitch. I'll take that one on the outside corner. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the inning.
Options. Thank you so much.
Alcantara, 34 pitches tonight. Bases clear, running on top, 2-1. Alcantara, long look home, will come set. Pitch clock, dindling down. Here's the pitch. Fergus swing, hard hit ground ball, goes through the middle base hit. So Cade Fergus aboard with a single. Redding's first hit since the 5th inning. 5th total tonight, and that'll bring Aiden Miller in the top of the lineup up for Redding. Miller's been aboard twice. He's 1 for 2 overall. I'll bat with 2 outs here in the frame. First pitch to Miller is over for a called strike. It's 0-1. Next pitch to Miller is a strike. It's 0-2. So you feel like that single from Cade Fergus was pretty rare. That's because it is. Fergus, that was his 25th hit this season with Redding. 15 have been for extra bases. 8 homers, 6 doubles, and a triple. Just 10 singles now for Fergus. Miller swings, hits a sky-high fly ball, shallow left. In comes Hodo. The left fielder camps under it and makes the catch, and that'll retire the side here in the 7th. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 man left for the Phils. Time to stretch here in Bowie. Fightin Phils lead it. It is 2-1. So bottom 7, Redding still leads at 2-1. This bottom of the 7th inning is brought to you by Swartz Culleton PC. Have you or a loved one been injured? Get justice. Call Swartz Culleton today at 1-800-JUSTICE. So, new pitcher in for Reading, it's Andrew Bechtold. So, Chuck King's very impressive night is over. After 6 innings of 1-run ball, it'll be 4-5-6. Do it for the Baysox here in the frame. Adam Retzbach will lead things off for Chesapeake. We'll get you the final line on King and the numbers for Bechtold here in a moment. First pitch home is swung on and hit a mile high. Left side of the infield. Miller and DiMartini are back, and Aiden Miller, the shortstop, makes the catch a couple of steps in the outfield grass. That's out number 1, and that'll bring Tavian Josenberger to the plate. So 26 appearance for Bechtold. That'll match him with Nelson Alvarez for the team high. 0-3 record. Does have a save and 2 chances. 3.76 ERA. 26 and a third innings pitch. 33 strikeouts, 16 walks. Has not allowed a run in his last 5 outings. So Bechtold's been good. First pitch to Josenberger is a strike. It's 0-1. 0-1 pitch, misses a bit down. 1 ball and 1 strike. Josenberger 0 for 2 tonight. Couple of pop-ups, 1 to third and a fly ball to center. 1-1 is right down the chute for a called strike. Off-speed pitch, 88 from Andrew Bechtold. Couple of appearances last week against Somerset. Pitched Friday and Sunday. In total, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts for Bechtold. 28-year-old out of Chats Ford, Pennsylvania, played his high school baseball at Unionville High School. And the 1-2, bit down and in, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Caleb Ricketts behind home plate tried to hold it for a moment, could not. A 2-2 the count to Josenberger. And Bechtold's pitch misses up 3-2. 98 on that fastball from the righty Bechtold. So Chuck King's final line tonight, 6 innings, 3 hits, a run it was earned, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Probably the best outing that King has turned in this year. And there's been a lot of competitors for that one too. 3-2, and that's outside ball 4. First walk issued by Reading pitching tonight. After King did not allow one through 6 innings. And that'll bring Doug Hodo, the right fielder, to the plate for the Baysox. Slightly open stance right side for Hodo. 0 for 2 in tonight's game. Runner goes. First pitch is a strike, and Ricketts will just throw the ball directly into the grass just in front of him. So it's a stolen base for Josenberger, hers 8th. First for either team in the series. I think Ricketts maybe started to throw it and thought he didn't have a play, so tried to pull back and ended up just spiking it straight down. Nonetheless, though, tying run stands on second for the Baysox. Count is 0-1. Pitch was a strike. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball. It's 0-2. There's 3 hits tonight for the Baysox. Playing tonight is the Chesapeake Oyster Catchers. Bechtold Pierce home. It's an 0-2 strike count. He's trying to get Hodo out. Here's the offering, and it's down and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hodo just a 191 hitter. He's got 4 home runs. He's driven in 15. As Josenberger, the tying run, leads off at second base. Next pitch, swung on, lifted in the air, foul territory. First base side, the yard will hold it. Pinellas, the first baseman, is there. He'll make the catch. And that's a big out, number 2. So that'll bring Anthony Servideo to the plate for the Baysox. Servideo 0 for 2 tonight, couple of flyouts to left field. Andrew Bechtold's looking for a clean 7th inning here and to keep his scoreless streak alive. 0 for 2 tonight is Servideo. Leading off second is Josenberger. 2 outs in the 7th. Bechtold's first offering is a bit outside. It's 1-0. Fastball at 99 from Andrew Bechtold. Bechtold in the Blue Jays system last year, signed with the Phillies in January as a minor league free agent. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Went 88 on a changeup. Now they're going to throw behind the runner. Miller, a tag between the legs at second, is just a bit late. Ricketts tried to catch Josenberger sleeping at second, but he gets back in just in the nick of time. So it's a 1-ball, 1-strike count here to Servideo. He's a 149 hitter with runners in scoring position this year, just 10 for 67. The next pitch is down, it's 2-1. With runners in scoring position this year, Chesapeake hitting just 193. That is second to last in the Eastern League. 2-1 is down. Checking the swing is Servideo. They'll appeal. Trey Jester at third says no swing. So one of the worst teams when it comes to offensive production with men in scoring position in Chesapeake. Redding trying to keep that trend going. Bechtold ready, fires the 3-1, catches the knees for a called strike. It's 3-2. Fastball at 98 from the 28-year-old Andrew Bechtold. 16 pitches so far in this inning for Bechtold. Full count, 2 outs to Servideo. Payoff pitch. Swung on, flare towards center. In comes Fergus, and he'll track it down. Kate Fergus made it look a little shaky at first, but the center fielder makes the catch. And that will retire the side here in the 7th. No runs for the Baysox, no hits, 1 left. We've played 7, we'll head to the 8th. Fightin Phillies still on top. They lead it 2-1.
All right, fans.
Top half of the 8th inning, 2-1. Fightin Phillies on top. And it'll be a new pitcher in for the Baysox. It's Daniel Lloyd. Lloyd making his 23rd appearance of the season for Chesapeake. 5-2, a 2.43 ERA. 37 innings pitched, 23 hits allowed. He has surrendered a pair of home runs. He's walked 15, struck out 34. So he is in for Raul Alcantara. And it'll be 2-3-4. The lineup due up for Redding. Carson DiMartini will be the first that Daniel Lloyd faces in tonight's ball game. So DiMartini digs in from the left side. First pitch home, squares the bunt, brings it back, pitches up for a ball. It's 1-0. Third baseman Wagner was back, and he's still pretty far back and over. So we'll see if DeMartini tries to lay one down again here. He won't. Pitch home is swung on, skied in the air, foul territory. First base side, in is Retzbach. The catcher Willems, though, makes the call. He'll make the catch in front of the warning track, and that is out number 1.
The left fielder, number 18, Hendry Mendez.
So as Hendry Mendez comes up, we'll take a look at the final line for our Raul Alcantara. 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, a walk and 4 strikeouts. So good effort from Alcantara. Good bounce back from him as well after a couple of rough ones. Baysox bullpen, they're one of the best in all of AA baseball. First pitch to Mendez, he swings and he lines one foul. Hit off the face in the Arfel's dugout. Everyone's okay, it's 0-1. Baysox bullpen of 3.20 ERA. 5th best in AA, 9th best in full season MILB. 407 total strikeouts for the Chesapeake bullpen. 0-1, Mendez is swinging a foul straight back, it's 0-2. The 407 strikeouts is the 5th most in AA, 2nd most in the Eastern League amongst relief pitchers this season. So I know the offense has been a struggle, but the relief pitching has been definitely a strong suit for the Baysox. 0-2, Mendez swinging a foul ball, this time down the left field line and out of play. It'll stay 0-2. And the strength of the bullpen has led to a lot of close wins for Chesapeake this year. 0-2, Mendez tried to hold up, could not on a pitch down low. So he's down on strikes. Number 2, strikeout number 1 for Lloyd. Number 13 overall for Baysox pitching tonight. And that'll bring Alex Pinellas to the plate. Chesapeake has won 18 one-run games this year. It's tied for the most in the Eastern League. They played 32 one-run games in total this year, which is most in AA. They have won 9 extra inning games this year, which is the 2nd most amongst full season minor league clubs. First pitch to Pinellas is foul straight down at 0-1. Quad Cities high A for Kansas City has the most extra inning wins. So Chesapeake's got 9 extra inning wins. Reading has played in just 4 extra inning games all year. They're 1-3 in those contests. 0-1 the count here to Alex Pinellas. 0-1 pitch. Pinellas will take that one down. It's a ball and a strike. It's been a rough night for Pinellas tonight. He's 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. 7-game hitting streak. He's in danger of losing. 1-1, and Pinellas swings. Skies it out of play foul to the left side, and it's 1-2. Lands up in the 2nd level suites here at Prince George's Stadium in Bowie, Maryland. About a half hour, 45 minutes south of Baltimore. 1-2, Pinellas takes it up and away. It's 2-2. Reading's bullpen's quiet, so it looks like Andrew Bechtold will get the bottom half of the 8th inning. 2-2, swung on, line drive into right field. That's a base hit. So Alex Pinellas keeps the hitting streak alive at 8, and it's a 2-out single for Pinellas, and that'll bring Nick Dunn to the plate. See if some of the veterans on this Arfel's team can get an insurance run in this 8th inning. Reading leads at 2-1 with 2 outs. So Dunn digs in from the left side. He's 1 for 2 in tonight's game. He has reached twice. First pitch, he swings, and he'll pop it straight back foul and out of play. It's 0-1. Dunn walked back in the 2nd. He homered in the 4th, and he struck out in the 6th. Here's the 0-1. Just misses outside. It's a ball and a strike. First baseman Retzbach holds on Pinellas. Second baseman Velasquez is straight up. Vasquez at short, shaded towards the middle, and Wagner at third is deep and in the hall. Left fielder Hodo is shallow and shaded towards the line. And Dunn will swing. He'll foul it that way, but he'll track out a play foul to the left side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. They play Dunn to go the other way in the outfield. Josenberger shaded towards the left center gap. Servideo straight away and right. Next pitch, the 1-2 is swung on and fouled out of play. Sharply into the second level suites here at Prince George's Stadium on the left side. So we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. 16 pitches in the frame for Daniel Lloyd. 1-2. Inside, hit him. Got Nick Dunn, it looks like right in the foot. So he's shaken up, taking a couple of extra seconds. Hunched over, hands on knees, just on the right side of that home plate dirt circle. Mike Flaherty, the head athletic trainer for Reading, comes out. Al Patrique is out as well. So we'll take a look at Nick Dunn. And looks like he'll try and walk it out. And I mean, he's definitely got a bit of a limp, but he will stay in this ball game and head down to first base. So Dunn's hit by the pitch. He's aboard for the 3rd time tonight. And that'll bring Caleb Ricketts to the plate. So after 2 quick outs from Lloyd to start this inning, it was a single by Vanellis and a hit by pitch of Nick Dunn. So it puts men on first and second for Ricketts. We'll see if the catcher, who's 0 for 3 tonight and 0 for 6 on the week, can put a big swing on here. And he swings and he hits into the air towards the left center field gap. Hodo's back towards the alley, and the left fielder tracks it down to make the catch. Ricketts put a good swing on it, but it hung up just enough for Hodo and left to track it down. That will retire the side at the top of the 8th inning. No runs, Reading had a hit. They leave 2. We'll head to the bottom half of the 8th. Fightin' Phils still lead it 2-1. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Take a look at our Fightin' Phils team leader, presented by PA Army National Guard. And we'll go with Alex Benellis. Benellis entered today with a .301 batting average. That was the most amongst all our Phils hitters. And he added to that, and he added to his hitting streak now to 8 games after he had a 2-out single back in the top of the 8th inning. Well, it's crunch time here from Prince George's Stadium in Bowie, Maryland. 2-1, Reading on top. Andrew Bechtold returns for his 2nd inning of work, and he'll get 8, 9, and 1 of the lineup here for the Baysox. Jalen Vasquez, the first he'll face, and the first pitch is right there for a called strike. It was a off-speed pitch at 88 from the right-handed arm, Bechtold. Through 17 pitches, back in the 7th. 0-1 is swung on, served, but foul. Kind of poked that, and it lands about 15 rows deep in the seats. So no balls, 2 strikes quickly here to Jalen Vasquez. 1 for 2 tonight, a single and a fly out. Time is now called by Vasquez. Vasquez singled in the third. He scored the only run for the Baysox tonight. All 3 of their hits also have come in that third inning. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Bechtold pulled the string at 87. Gets his first strikeout tonight. And that is out number 1 of the inning. That'll bring Alfredo Velasquez to the plate for the Baysox. Baysox, like we said, 3 hits, 1 run in the third. Nothing the rest of the way. They've gone down in order in 5 of 7 innings tonight. Bechtold did issue a walk in the 7th. That's a bunt. It's popped up by Velasquez. Bechtold tracks it down right along the third base line, and that's out number 2. So Velasquez just trying to steal something there and pretty much makes a big mistake. So with 2 outs now, that'll bring up Reed Trimble and the top of the lineup. So the Baysox have not had a hit since the 3rd inning. It's really outside of that 3rd inning. Reading's pitching has been locked in tonight. 2 outs for Trimble, in from the left side. First pitch from Bechtold. Misses a bit inside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Trimble, 4th time up. He's 1 for 3. Single back in the 3rd. Sandwich between a fly out to right and a strikeout. 1-0, misses a bit up, 2-0. Reading does have bullpen action. Tommy McCullum is up and throwing for the R-Phil, so if he doesn't pitch this 8th, looks like he'll definitely get the 9th, and he'll be looking for a big bounce-back effort. 2-0, swinging a foul ball straight down. It's 2-1. Baysox do have bullpen action as well. It is a righty up and throwing. 2 on the count to Reed Trimble the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Trimble. Bases are empty. 2-1, Fightin Phillies lead. Top half on the lineup but for Bowie. Bottom half of the 8th inning. Bechtold looking for a 1-2-3 frame. The righty's set, deals home. And it's a check swing, no swing, which is probably a good thing because it got away from Ricketts to the backstop, and it's 3-2. So looks like it's Daniel Lloyd who's throwing in the bullpen. For the Baysox. 3-2. Swung on and a tapper foul, first base side. It'll stay 3-2. So Lloyd was up a couple of innings ago, and we said that he was in. It actually was not Lloyd. It was Gerald Ogando. So Ogando's who pitched last inning. So looks like Lloyd is going to pitch next inning. 3-2 is swung on, popped in the air, third base side. DeMartini's over, but it's foul. It'll stay 3-2. Count stays 3 balls, 2 strikes. Very well might be the last batter that Andrew Bechtold faces tonight. Full count, base is clear. Bechtold's pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. All-speed pitch, 87 from Bechtold. Couple of strikeouts in the inning. And it's a 1-2-3 frame for the Baysox. We'll head to the 9th. Our Phils lead it 2-1, looking for some insurance runs. Top half of the ninth inning, 2-1, Fightin Phillies on top. Tonight's attendance at Prince George's Stadium is 2,378. Thanks to our friends at PSCCU for presenting tonight's attendance. PSCCU is proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania. So top 9, 3-2 ball game. Reading will send the bottom third of the lineup up, starting with Leandro Pineda. And it'll now be Daniel Lloyd, who is in out of the Alvernia University bullpen for the Baysox. 23rd appearance for Lloyd, 5-2, with a 2.43 ERA. 37 innings pitched, 23 hits allowed, 15 walks, 34 strikeouts. He's allowed a pair of home runs, and the opposition is hitting 180 against him this year. So 7, 8, 9 due up for Reading. They're going to look for some insurance runs here. Pineda the first that Lloyd faces, and the first pitch is swung on, and it's a ground ball through the hole, right side base hit. So the good night and the good week for Leandro Pineda continues, as he records his second hit tonight, 4th of the week. And that'll bring Eric Brito to the plate. So final line on Alcantara again was 3 innings a hit, walking 4 strikeouts. Gerald Ogondo pitched last inning, a scoreless inning with a hit and a strikeout. So now David Lloyd is in, the 4th Baysox pitcher of the night. Infield plays up. Brito squares the bunt, gets it down. It's a good one. Fielded by the third baseman Wagner. He throws the first. Red spot covering. It's in time. Pineda gets up to second, so sacrifice is successful. 5-3 goes to put out. And that'll bring Cade Fergus to the plate with 1 out.
The center fielder number 0, Cade Fergus.
So Fergus digs in from the right side. Runner on second is Pineda. We'll see if he can get him home here. First pitch misses a bit inside. It's 1-0. So Cade Fergus 1 for 2 tonight. He has singled, he has walked. His single last inning was just the 10th single that Cade Fergus has hit this year. It was his 25th hit overall. But 15 of those 25 have been for extra bases. 1-0 is a strike. It's 1-1. He's got 6 doubles, a triple, 8 home runs. There's those 15 extra base hits, and then 10 singles after the 1 last inning. 1-1. Over for a called strike on the inside corner. It's 1-2. Fergus had another couple of extra base hits last night. He doubled and homered. The homer was a grand slam. The 4th in the career of Cade Fergus. He also matched the career high with 4 runs driven in. 1-2. Up tight to the righty Fergus. Somehow doesn't hit him. It's 2-2. They do appeal. And the first base umpire, Robert Gimther III, says no swing. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to count here to Cade Fergus. Pineda gets his leadoff second. Here's the pitch. At the knees, that's a called strike 3. Fergus does not think so. He'll head back to the dugout for his second strikeout tonight. First for Lloyd, the 14th for Chesapeake pitching. And that'll bring Aiden Miller to the plate with 2 outs in the inning. So 14 strikeouts for Reading tonight. 16's their season high, so unless this game goes to extras or if there are strikeouts and guys reach here in the inning, Reading should not reach that number tonight. Miller swinging and miss the first pitch. It's 0-1. He tried to hold up on a fastball inside, but could not. Aiden Miller is 1 for 3 tonight. He's singled in the 5th. He also walked in the 3rd, and he's stolen a base. 0-1 misses down. It's a ball and a strike. So 1-1 the count to Miller. 2 outs, top 9. Fightin Phillies on top 2-1. Here's the pitch. Miller will take it low and away. 2-1. Tommy McCullum looks ready in the Reading bullpen, so it looks like he will get the 9th. and a chance at another save and some redemption for Tommy McCullum. More on that, of course, once this game flips over to the bottom half of the ninth. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to Aiden Miller. Here's the pitch. Swung on a high chop towards third. It's fair. Fielded along the line by the third baseman Wagner. His throw to first on a hop is in time. Dug up by Retzbach. And Aiden Miller is retired. So 5-3 goes the put out. Top of the ninth comes to an end. No runs, 1 hit for Reading. 1 man left on base. We will head to the home half of the ninth inning. It's winning time for the R Phils. They're on top 2-1. Bottom half of the ninth inning, Reading on top 2-1. And that's another call from the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen. It brings in Tommy McCullum. McCullum making his 18th appearance. 0-2 record. He's 4 for 5 in saves. A 2.22 ERA. 20 strikeouts, 5 walks over 24 and 1/3 innings pitched. So 1 run lead for Reading. 2, 3, 4 will be due up for the Baysox. Wagner, Willems, and Retzbach, the 3 that'll come to the plate for manager Roberto Mercado. McCullum looking for some redemption here. He last pitched Saturday at Somerset. Reading was on top 3-1 when the inning started. Reading ended up falling at 4-3. McCullum a blown save and a loss, 3 hits, 3 runs all earned, 2 walks, no strikeouts. So Tommy McCullum has been so good this year, 26-year-old righty from Atlanta, Georgia, and Wingate University. See if he can return to his old self here. He's had 6 days between outings, so should be pretty fresh. First pitch to Max Wagner, swung on a ground ball, hard hit through the hole, right side base hit. So that didn't take long for McCullum to be greeted by Wagner. So leadoff single, and that'll bring Creed Williams to the plate.
The catcher number 11, Creed Williams.
The blown save for McCullum was his first at the AA level. He had 1 in 2023. He had 10 saves last year, and he had 4 so far this year. So he was 15 for his first 15 before last Saturday at Somerset. First pitch to Williams, over for a strike at 7-1, which is the second blown save of his pro career, which dates back to 2021. And he has had at least 1 save at every stop and every year that he's made in his pro career. The 0-1's a slider, misses a bit in, it's 1-1. The other was in 2023 with High A Jersey Shore. So McCullum trying to get save number 5 tonight here against the Baysox, but the tying run is on first. The pitch, outside corner for a strike, it's 1-2. Fastball at 96 from Tommy McCullum. Prior to the blown save, he did pick up 3 straight saves, all 2 innings. 1-2, swung on a line drive towards right. That'll fall in front of Pineda, base hit. Wagner gets the second, whole stop there, and it's back-to-back singles to start this inning for the Baysox. That'll bring Adam Retzbach to the plate, who's 0 for 3 tonight. And it's going to be a pinch runner that comes out for the Baysox. Luis Valdez will run it first for Creed Williams. And now the whole infield will come in on a mound visit here with McCullum. No pitching coach. This was all player induced. So mound visit comes to an end.
Now batting on first baseman number 9, Adam Retzbach.
Adam Retzbach will dig in. So it's Valdez on first, he's the winning run. Wagner's on second, he's the tying run. And it's still no outs, bottom of the ninth. Reading leads at 2-1. Those back-to-back hits are the first hits that Chesapeake has had since the third inning off Chuck King. King, who was excellent tonight, he's in line for the win. First pitch is a bunt attempt from Retzbach. He pulls it back, and it's down low. It's 1-0. Helicopters flying overhead. It looks like 3. You hear that noise through the crowd microphone. 1-0. Swung on. Ground ball. Leaks to the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Around third is Wagner. He'll score. The throw from Fergus goes to third. Not in time. And the Baysox tie the game on an RBI single from Adam Retzbach. It's 2-2. Retzbach also went up to second behind the play. RBI number 32 of the season for Retzbach. His first hit of the night, and it's in 3 straight for the Baysox to tie this game up. Now it's going to take a magician's act by McCullum and the Phillies to find a way to move this game to the 10th inning. So Brad Bergeson heads back. The infield will play up for the Phillies. The outfield, they're going to have to play pretty shallow too. Anything over your head, the game ends anyway on a sac fly. Fergus is telling Mendez and left to get in. Him and Pineda are pretty shallow. Infield up, second and third, no outs, 2-2 ball game for Tavian Josenberger. First pitch home, down the chute for a strike, it's 0-1. Fastball 96 from McCullum. The Phillies have already been walked off 9 times this year. Surpasses their 20-24 total. 0-1 to the lefty. The check swing. They will appeal. No swings. This Trey Jester. It's 1-1. Josenberger 0 for 2 tonight. He did walk and steal a base in the 7th. His first game in about 2 months. He's trying to be the hero for the Baysox tonight. 1-1. Just down. 2 balls, 1 strike. You have a base open, but it really doesn't matter because you got to get the runner at the plate anyway. 2 balls and a strike to Josenberger. Pitch home. Inside, it's 3-1. Like a slider from McCullum, 88. Just missed inside. Three balls, 1 strike, no outs. Winning runs on third and Willems. Retzbach's on second. He obviously doesn't matter. Actually, it's Luis Valdez, the winning run on third. He pinch ran for Willems. Infield drawn up, outfield's shallow. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul tip, squeezed by Ricketts. The count goes full. 96 on that fastball from Tommy McCullum. 12th pitch of the inning. Reading's bullpen's quiet. It's McCullum's inning to get out of. He's only blown 2 saves in his pro career. He's now in danger of blowing saves on back-to-back appearances. Full count, no outs. Winning run 90 feet away. The pitch. Swung on and lifted. Foul territory. Will the ballpark hold it? DeMartini's over towards the dugout on the third base side, but it's foul. And the count stays full. Our Phils have lost 5 games this year and leading after 8, all of which have come on the road. 3-2. Swing and a miss. They did appeal. Trey Jester said he went around. That's out number 1. So Tavian Josenberger is down on strikes. That'll bring Doug Hodo to the plate for the Baysox. Infield stays up for the Phils. Pretty straight up. Infield, as we said, is in. Outfield is also very shallow. First pitch to Hodo. Takes that one. Down for a ball. It's 1-0. I don't think the Phils dugout was happy with that call. One ball, no strikes to Hodo. 0 for 3 in tonight's game. The pitch. Swung on, lifted into the air towards foul territory. Don't catch this if you're Pineda, and it goes out of play. And it's 1-1. I mean, if you're Pineda, that's not like, you basically stand on that foul line, and if it's past you at all, you let that ball go. A 1 ball, 1 strike count to Hodo. Brett Spock leads off second. He doesn't matter. Valdez the winning run on third. The pitch, swing and a miss. The bat goes into the stands, and it's 1-2. Went about 5 rows deep behind the Phils dugout. Chuck King on the top step of the Phils dugout. He can't get the win tonight. He's still through with Jen. See if Tommy McCollum can rescue himself out of his own mess. So they actually got the bat back. But Hodo got a new piece of lumber. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom 9. Winning run on third. Infield up, outfield up. 1-2. Just missed outside. It's 2-2. Three straight hits for the Baysox to start this inning have tied the game. They have a chance to walk it off with a man on third. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Tommy McCollum with the winning run standing 90 feet away. And that'll bring Anthony Servideo up. Third chance for the Baysox to try and win this game. So Servideo digs in from the left side. Runners get their leads off second and third. Infield, outfield both back. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. As we said, 9 walk-off losses for the Phils this year. Not even the All-Star break yet. 0-1. Down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was the 21st pitch of this 9th inning for Tommy McCollum. Got himself into a mess. He's already blown the save, but he's trying to get himself out of this and avoid taking the loss. Luis Valdez gets the lead off third. He's the winning run, 90 feet away. Infield's back with the lefty bat, Servideo at the plate. The 1-1. Swing and a foul back, it's 1-2. Baysox have no bullpen action. So this game goes to the 10th, it's gonna be Lloyd. And likely Cole Ehrman will come in the catch, unless they move Retzbach behind home plate. He's in the game at first, and he also stands on second. He tied the game. 1-2, 2 outs. Winning run on third for the Baysox in the ninth. The pitch. Up at the letters, it's 2-2. Cullum does have a base open. But of course, the more you prolong this inning, the more chance for Chesapeake to walk it off ensues. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Tommy McCullum gets himself into trouble, does blow the save, but he strikes out 3 in a row with the winning run on third to keep this game going and sends it to the 10th inning. 1 run in the inning for the Baysox. They had 3 hits. They do strand 2. So we will head to extra innings. Fightin Phillies and Baysox tied up at 2 apiece. Well, enjoyed us some free baseball on this Friday night. Well, I don't know if you did, but you're going to get it regardless. And it's a 2-2 ball game, top half of the 10th inning. Daniel Lloyd remains in the game for the Baysox. A couple of defensive changes for them. Rhett Spock, who was at first, will move to catcher. And Cole Ehrman enters the game. He will play first, so he'll be in that 3-hole spot that Creed Williams was in. So Lloyd in, a lot of hit, but no runs in the last inning. Aiden Miller, who ended last inning, will go and be the place runner on second base. And Carson DiMartini will lead things off here for the Phillies. So top half of the 10th in a 2-2 ball game. DiMartini waits to step in. It's the 5th extra inning game for the Phillies this year. They're 1-3 overall. 1-1 at home, 0-2 on the road. First pitch to DiMartini, swing and a foul ball straight back. It's no balls and 1 strike. Fireworks after the game tonight here in Bowie, but of course that's going to have to wait a little bit. Miller leads off second, the 0-1. DiMartini takes it inside, it's 1-1. So Reading gets some speed on the bases. I don't think they would think about stealing Miller here. DiMartini 1 for 4 in tonight's ball game. Here's the 1-1, is swung on, lifted in the air towards left, slicing towards the line. Hodo is into foul territory, and the left fielder makes the catch for out number 1. So that'll bring Hendry Mendez to the plate for the Phillies.
The left fielder, number 18, Hendry Mendez.
So we talked about earlier in the broadcast, the Baysox have 9 extra inning wins this year. That is the most in AA, second most in all minor league baseball. They trail only Quad Cities, the Royals high A affiliate, in that category. So Mendez is in. Miller leads off second. And the pitch. Mendez will take it at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Squeaked out of the glove of Retzbach for a moment, but Miller stays put at second. Mendez 0 for 4 in tonight's ball game. He's grounded into a footer's choice and a double play. And the 0-1 is slapped towards short. Backhand stop by the shortstop Vasquez. Goes to third. Aiden Miller is tagged out by Wagner, and that's out number 2. So it's another fielder's choice. That time it's 6-5 fielder's choice. Mendez on first. That'll bring Benelis up. I think Miller was hoping, or maybe thought off the bat, that was going to sneak by the shortstop Vasquez, and he would have been able to score, but he runs himself into a second out. So that'll bring Alex Benelis to the plate. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Reading does have bullpen action. Jack Dallas is up and throwing, so it looks like he'll enter the bottom of the 10th inning. We'll see if Reading can give him a chance to pick up a save here. First pitch to Alex Benelis. He'll swing and he'll foul it. First base side, it's 0-1. Mendez leads off first. He's got 5 stolen bases this year in 6 attempts, for what it's worth. 0-1. Mendez stays put. Benelis takes it inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Alex Benelis 1 for 4 tonight. Struck out in his first 3 at-bats, and he singled in the 8th to extend his hitting streak to 8 games. 1-1, and Benelis swings. He pops it up foul and out of play. Third base side, it's 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Alex Benelis. 2-2 ball game, top half of the 10th inning. Henry Mendez gets his lead off the first base bag. Benelis has got 22 RBI in the year. Mendez held on by Ehrman. Here's the pitch. Benelis swings. Ground ball, hard hit second. 3 hops for Velasquez. He'll field it and fire to first in time for out number 3. So no runs, no hits. 1 man left for the Phillies here in the top of the 10th inning. We'll head to the bottom half of the frame. Baysox a chance to win it here in a 2-2 ball game. Bottom half of the 10th inning, 2-2 ball game. Reading unable to get a run across in their half of the frame. Now the Baysox with a chance to capture a walk-off win tonight and their 10th extra inning victory of the season. And it'll be a new arm in for the Phillies to try and stop that. Jack Dallas, who's been strong as of late, 22nd appearance, 4.15 ERA. 34 2/3 innings pitched, 36 strikeouts, and 11 walks for Jack Dallas this season. So be 9-1-2 with the Baysox lineup to up here. Velasquez, Trimble, Wagner, and Jaden Vasquez will go run at second base. Actually, excuse me, it'll be Anthony Servideo who runs at second base, and Jalen Jaden Vasquez will lead things off for the Baysox. Winning run is on second base, so DeMartini's up at third, expecting a bunt here from Vasquez. And he does square, and he gets the bunt down, but foul. It's 0-1. So DeMartini's up in the grass at third. Miller stands by the bag at second. Right side of the infield. Burrito's back at second. Pinellas is up at first. So corners are both up. Outfield straight up here against the lefty Jalen Vasquez. 0-1, squares again, and he bunts it foul again. It's 0-2. Fastball at 93 there from Jack Dallas. Final line for Tommy McCollum. He will get another blown save. It's his second in a row, inning 3 hits. 1 run, no walks, and of course 3 very large strikeouts that have kept this game moving. Bottom 10, 2-2 our score. Dallas ready, the 0-2. Bunt attempt again. He'll take it. That's a called strike 3. Dallas put it right at the knees. Vasquez doesn't think so, but it's strikeout number 1 for Jack Dallas. 4 in a row from Reading pitching. 12th overall tonight. So Alfredo Velasquez digs in. Winning run on second and Servideo. Jack Dallas comes set at the belt. Checks the runner at second, deals home. Swung on and flared, foul, out of play, right side, it's 0-1. Alfredo Velasquez 0 for 3 in tonight's ball game. He has struck out, grounded out, and he's popped out. 0-1 is swung on and a line drive that'll fall in right field for a base hit. Servideo around third. Pineda's throw is a strong one, and it stops the runner at third. So Servideo was rounding third, and then he got the stop sign. Good thing he did for Chesapeake's sake, because he would have been a dead duck at home. Of course, if you're Reading, you would have loved if he went, because he would have taken that.
Designated hitter number 16, Reed Trimble.
So that'll bring Reed Trimble to the plate for the Baysox. So Al Padrique's coming out. There is nobody warming up in the Reading bullpen, so this is a strategic conversation. And I think there's a couple of things at play here. I think it's, 1, you got men on the corner, so a double play does end the inning. But 2, you got to expect Velasquez to steal on the first pitch. And I think the conversation basically is, what are we doing here? Do we throw through and take the risk, try to get that second out? Do we put a cutoff play on? Do we throw behind the runner at third? The latter of which would be kind of my decision, but I'm up here and Al Padrique's down there. Now Roberto Mercado came out of the dugout and he's talking to Robert Ginther at first. Not exactly sure what. He's upset about something and he's pretty adamant about it. He is yelling in the face of Ginther. I don't know if it was a mound visit conversation. He's pointing out at the infield. And he's still following Robert Ginther, the first base umpire. I'm surprised that Mercado has not been thrown out of this ball game yet. He is in the face of both Trey Jester and Robert Ginther. Whenever they walk away, you got to throw him out of the ball game at this point. I don't know how he has not been thrown out yet. He's been following Robert Ginther the entire time, and I still have no idea why he's so upset. Nothing happened on the last play. I don't know if it was a mound visit issue or what, but he is livid right now. So Trey Jester and Robert Ginther very, unless he got thrown out and we totally missed it, but it appears Roberto Mercado was not ejected from this game, which I am shocked because That's a lot of restraint from both Ginther and Jester. So, actually, no, he was ejected. Okay, so Roberto Mercado was ejected from this game. We just never saw the sign. So he will exit the field, and he's going to take his time exiting the field, which I don't think the Reading side is going to be very happy about, because Jack Dallas has kind of been standing there for quite a while. So Roberto Mercado was ejected from this ball game. Not exactly sure what he was so mad about. So he is exited. Now Chesapeake trying to walk it off for him. So it's men on the corners, 1 out for Reed Trimble. A few minutes after all that debacle concluded. So it's going to be an intentional walk issued to Reed Trimble. So that'll load the bases. So kind of back to that strategy thing we were talking about with Reading. Double plays in order now. But now you can't just steal second, so nowhere for the runners to go. So infield will play up for the Phillies. Bases loaded, 1 out, bottom half of the 10th inning. This game has, at this point, had pretty much everything in it. And it's been a good night for Max Wagner. He's 2 for 4, he's doubled, he's scored a run, he's driven in a run. He's trying to give the Baysox the walk-off win tonight. Winning run is on third. Outfield plays shallow as well. Here's the pitch, and it's a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike here to Max Wagner. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul ball straight back. 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes here. The count to Max Wagner. Bases loaded, 1 out. The winning run stands on third for the Baysox. Dallas ready to belt the 0-2. Just missed outside. It's 1-2. I guess maybe one of those strike calls last at bat he was upset about, but it just seemed very delayed. Unless he was barking for a while. 1-2 the count, 1 out. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Second strikeout of the inning for Jack Dallas. 2 outs here in the inning, and that'll bring Luis Valdez to the plate.
The first baseman, number 7, Cole Ehrman.
Actually, no, that'll bring Cole Ehrman, the first baseman, to the plate. Ehrman did not start this ball game. And he bats with the bases loaded, and 2 outs here in the 10th. Here's the pitch. That's a strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Chesapeake bullpen's quiet, so it looks like Daniel Lloyd is going to get another inning of work. If this game goes to the 11th. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, it's 0-2. I don't think anyone on the Chesapeake side is going to be happy with that call. You can hear some of the fans here reacting accordingly. 0-2, 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Bottom of the 10th in a tie game. The pitch. Low and away, it's 1-2. Baysox have had 4 chances tonight to score the winning run with it on third. They are 0 for 4 in those situations. 1-2. Swung on, ground ball foul. It's off the top of the Phillies dugout on the third base side and then shoots into the stands. So it'll stay 1 ball and 2 strikes. This game also has just surpassed the 3-hour mark. 3:02 to be exact. 10:09 here in Bowie. Fireworks to follow, but pretty good baseball game putting a hold of that. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Winning run is on third, and Anthony Servideo. Dallas is ready. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, fly ball left. Mendez over, comes in, dives, can't get it, and the ball game is over, and the Baysox walk off the Fightin Phillies. Anthony Servideo scores. Mendez gave it all he could, but it's an RBI single for Cole Bierman. And the Chesapeake Baysox capture a 3-2 victory over the Reading Fightin Phillies on this Friday night. Bierman is mobbed in shallow right field. The ice bucket comes out, and the R Phillies for the 10th time this season fall via a walk-off. So the Baysox get a run in the 10th. Reading flirted with fire for pretty much the final 2 innings. And ultimately in the 10th, it's a run on 2 hits for the Baysox, and that will end tonight's ball game, giving Chesapeake a 3-2 victory over the Fightin Phillies. Well, we'll step aside for a moment. We'll come back with our White Star Tours post-game show after this on the Fightin Phillies Radio Network. Welcome back in to the White Star Travel and Tours post-game show here on the Fightin Phillies Radio Network. Jake Starr riding solo here tonight from Bowie, Maryland. As the R Phillies, well, it's another heartbreaker. For the 10th time this season, Reading is walked off. They lose in extra innings. They're now 1-4 when going into extra frames this year. But another game, another late inning blown lead. I mean, that's kind of becoming the theme. I mean, it's been the theme of the season. Reading drops another one. Obviously, 3-2 is the final score tonight here in Chesapeake. And let's take a look at how it all went down. So Chuck King started for Reading, 6 up, 6 down to start the game for King for 2 innings. We go to the third, and Jalen Vasquez has a single with one out in the third. Alfredo Velasquez strikes out. So there's 2 outs, top of the order up. Reed Trimble singles. So it's men on first and second. 2 outs for Max Wagner. He doubles down the right field line. Should have scored 2, but it only scores 1 because it was a ground rule double. So Trimble, who would have scored easily, eventually stays at third. Creed Willems strikes out. That ends the inning. Our Phils then in the fourth respond. Pinella strikes out to start the inning against Blake Money. Nick Dunn follows with his first home run of the season, a shot to right field. 2 batters later, Leandro Pineda homers. He hits one in right field. That puts Reading up 2-1. And from there, game pretty much got quiet. Things slowed down. So Blake Money in total went 4+, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts. Chuck King was excellent tonight. He deserved the win and doesn't get it. So he goes 6 innings, 3 hits, a run. It was earned. No walks and 6 strikeouts. Andrew Bechtold followed him with 2 scoreless. And on the Chesapeake side, Raul Alcantara went 3 scoreless. Gerald Ogando went a scoreless. Daniel Lloyd went 2 scoreless. And then came the 9th inning. Reading led 2-1. Tommy McCullum came in for the first time in 6 days. So looking to kind of avenge the blown save he had last time out on last Saturday in Somerset. It was 3 straight singles. Max Wagner singled, Creed Willems singled, and then Adam Retzbach singled to bring home Wagner. That made it a 2-2 game, so McCullum got the blown save, his second in a row. And then McCullum locked in. Josenberger, Hodo, and Servideo all struck out, all swinging. So that got Reading out of a jam. So it's 2-2. We went to the 10th inning. Chesapeake had already won 9 games in extra innings this year. So from there in the 10th, Aiden Miller, the runner at second. DeMartini popped up the left. So that was out number 1. Hendry Mendez grounded it out to the hole and short. Vasquez threw to third because Miller took off. And that got Miller out at third. Pinellas grounded out. That ended the inning. So we go to the 10th. Anthony Servideo was the runner at second. Jack Dallas the pitcher. Jaden Vasquez struck out. Alfredo Velasquez singled. Servideo was rounding third and got a very late stop sign from the third base coach for Bowie. That is, of course, Chase Sebi, the fundamentals coach for the Baysox. I also believe someone is getting proposed to on the field right now, and they are. Hopefully she said yes. So I guess a good night for Baysox fans gets a little bit better, but heck of a time for a proposal right before a fireworks show. But anyway, so Velasquez singled. Servideo he would have been thrown out at home if he ran, which probably would have been the best case for the Phils, but so he's at third. So it's men on the corners. And Roberto Mercado at this point got ejected, and there was a long argument. No idea what it was for. We'll see if we can figure that out tomorrow. So nonetheless, though, Reed Trimble was intentionally walked. So it was bases loaded, 1 out. Max Wagner strikes out, and then Creed Williams, the batter, flares one down the left field line. Hendry Mendez gave it a run, dove for it. Couldn't get it, falls in for a base hit. Servideo scores, and that ended the ball game. So it was a 3-2 walk-off victory for the Chesapeake Baysox tonight. So that's how it all went down. We'll step aside one final time in our post-game show. When we come back, we'll take a look at our final numbers. We'll go around and look at our out-of-town scoreboard, and then a look ahead to tomorrow's doubleheader. All that and more when our White Star Tours post-game show rolls on after this on the Fightin' Phils Radio Network. Welcome back into our White Star Travel and Tours postgame show. Fireworks fly high here over the stadium at Prince George's Stadium in Bowie, Maryland. The Baysox 3-2 walk-off winners over the Fightin Phillies tonight. The 10th walk-off loss for the Phillies this year, and also the 10th extra innings victory for Chesapeake on the year. So take a look at our final numbers. Reading falls. They are 6-9 in the second half, 31-51 overall. And they had 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 9 men left on base. The Baysox improved to 5-10 in the second half, 36-46 overall. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 8 men left on base. David Lloyd gets the win. He's 6-2. Jack Dallas takes the loss. He's 0-1. No save. Time of the game at 3 hours, 2 minutes. Played in front of a crowd of 2,378 tonight here at Prince George's Stadium. So take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard. We'll start in the Eastern League. All games final tonight. The Sea Dogs beat Hartford 4-3. It was a 10-inning win for Harrisburg over Erie, also 4-3. Binghamton beats Altoona 6-3. Curver now lost 6 straight after a red-hot start to the second half. Somerset 5-3 victory over New Hampshire, and Akron defeats Richmond 9-3 to snap the Flying Squirrels' 6-game losing streak. In the Phillies organization, Big Phillies trail 3-1 to the Padres out of Petco Park. Lehigh Valley also fell in 10 innings tonight, 8-7 to Syracuse. Aberdeen beats Jersey Shore 3-1, and Clearwater falls 4-1 to Fort Myers tonight. In the Dominican Summer League, the Dominican Summer League Cardinals beat the Phillies Red 6-5, and the Twins fell to Phillies White 4-1. Florida Complex League Phillies, though, a 9-3 victory over the Florida Complex League Blue Jays today in Clearwater at the Carpenter Complex. So let's look at our out-of-town scoreboard. And now one last time, we'll take a look ahead at tomorrow night's ball game. Doubleheader on tap for tomorrow night, a 5:05 first pitch to Game 1. Game 2 will follow about 35 to 40 minutes after. Gene Cabrera and Trace Bright, the pitchers in Game 1. Mitch Newborn and Ryan Long set to get the ball in the back half of tomorrow's Twin Bills. So that's a 5:05 first pitch. We'll be on the air at 4:50. Right here from Prince George's Stadium on the Fightin Phillies radio network. Well, appreciate everyone sticking with us. What was a long Friday night, 10-inning affair that the Baysox are victorious over the Fightin Phillies 3-2. That'll do it for our post-game show presented by White Star Travel and Tours and for tonight's broadcast. I'm Jake Stars, and have a great rest of your Friday night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow on the air at 4:50 from Prince George's Stadium right here in Bowie, Maryland.